is a presentation of Bourne Braves Baseball, the 2009 Cape Cod League champions.
The 2021 season was a year of unprecedented success for the Bourne Braves.
Swing and a miss, strike three, and the Bourne Braves are off to a perfect 5-0 start in 2021.
Oh my goodness, the Braves do it again! Win number 20 in the most dramatic fashion.
0-1 and Wallace sends a drive into left field. The Braves have won it!
After a 24-9-3 regular season earned the Bravos the President's Trophy, the Braves battled all the way to the CCBL Championship Series.
Swing and a miss! For the first time since 2017, the Bourne Braves punched their ticket to the big dance.
But the team came up just 2 games short.
Brewster defeats Bourne in the championship series of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Now, as the calendar flips to 2022, a slew of fresh faces come to Doran Park, including the man in charge.
The Bourne Braves have hired Scott Landers as the team's new field manager.
And with him comes just one returning star.
Smacked into right center, that's going to get down. The 4th RBI for Joshua Moylan.
But that doesn't mean the Braves aren't loaded from top to bottom.
This one taken high and deep to left. Is that going to get out of here? Jumping up, it's gone!
And swings, broken bat, lofted into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Swing and a miss, strike three.
It's a brand new full season of Bourne Braves baseball, and it starts right now.
Under a cloudless sky in Hyannis, Massachusetts, the Bourne Braves look to get back into the win column tonight at McKeon Park, taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Hi, everybody. Alongside Max Tanzer, I'm Calvin Cristoforo. After a tough 6-4 loss last night, the Braves try to bounce back and beat Hyannis for the first time this season.
Absolutely, and they're coming off of a very close game against this Harbor Hawks club just a couple days ago, last Wednesday, of course, the 1-1 tie. So they're very familiar with each other, to say the least, right here, and an opportunity to gain some ground on them here in the Western standings and take advantage of a pitching staff that has allowed 16 runs over the last 2 nights. Again, the Braves, of course, scoring 12 against Katuitt the other day, so trying to pick up where they left off on Thursday night.
Braves back here at McKeon Park for the second time this week, and this is the lineup here in game now 25 of the season for the Bravos. Bryce Eblin, after hitting a ball very hard a couple of times in that win over Katuitt earlier this week, leads us off. Matt Shaw is in the 2-hole. Chris Burrito behind him, the first baseman. Josh Moylan in right field, his second start in the outfield this season, first in right, hits 4th. Wyatt Hensel, the DH tonight, hits 5th. Brennan Malone in left field hits 6th. Carson Rockefeller back in center field hits 8th. John Peck at third base, a position he played very well here on Wednesday, is hitting 8th. And Alan Espinal, the catcher, rounds out the Braves starting 9 at the bottom of the order. They'll all be going up against the 6'10". Yep, that's right, 6'10", and he looks every inch of it. Left-hander from Virginia, and Jake Berry.
Absolutely, and you said cloudless skies above us. If there were some clouds, his head would be in the clouds right now, I'm sure. Fantastic start to the summer so far. 1.22 ERA over 3 outings. This will be his first start. 4 strikeouts to 1 walk and 1 earned run over 7 1/3 of an inning's work. Opponents just hitting a .192 against him this year. Was very good in his last relief outing against the Mariners. Went 4 innings, picked up the win, no runs, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. It's going to be a tough task for this Braves offense tonight.
Here is the defense behind Berry. Tito Flores, Philip Matulia, and Rocco Pepe left to right in the outfield. Mitch Jebbs at third, Dominic Patelli's at short, Christian Moore at second, Justin Janis plays first base, and Pancho Ruiz makes his first start of the season against the Braves here at McKeon Park, in the 3rd of the year against the Bravos, catching the big left-hander. Bravos fell down 3-0 in the top of the first inning last night. Were never really able to claw themselves back into that game. Made it a 1-run game in the 4th, but ended up losing 6-4 to drop back down to 500 at 9-9-6 on the season, and 5 points back is second place, where the Hyannis Harbor Hawks sit. Berry out of the wind. His first pitch kicks and fires on the outside corner for strike 1, and we're underway at 6:02 here at McKeon Park.
And gotta love seeing Bryce Eblin in the leadoff spot a couple nights ago here at McKeon Park. Did a really good job at the bottom of the lineup. Picked up 2 hits against Katuitt on Thursday as well. Getting a good opportunity here at the top of the order.
Hits one off the end of the bat, right to the shortstop. Patelli, who's up with it, makes a quick transfer and tosses across the diamond for a routine 6-3 putout to start this game.
So let's see if Matt Shaw can pick up where he left off on Thursday. If you take out that game against the Kettleers where he was 4 for 5, is 0 for his last 13 in the 2 games in front of that, in the game yesterday, of course, where he was 0 for 5. And this is a guy that can carry this lineup. He has a lefty on the mound as well.
I mean, you can say that again. 4 for 5 in that game against Katuitt. 6 RBIs, 4 extra base hits, but an 0 for 5 night last night, striking out 2 times. First pitch. Fouled straight back. Barry, the big left-hander for Hyannis tonight. Guy who saw some Friday night time for Virginia this year. 9 starts and 20 appearances. An ERA right around 5, but 69 strikeouts in 56 1/3 innings of work. His 0-1. On the outside corner for strike 2.
And that one, you can see Matt Shaw with a little bit of a frustrated reaction right there. Maybe just an inch or 2 below the shins. But Barry got the call.
0-2. Spoiled away. Barry working quickly tonight, a guy who had a really good appearance the last time he towed the rubber. It was a relief appearance against Harwich, where he threw 4 innings of work, allowed just a single hit, and punched out 3, not allowing a run in 4 innings. That was last Thursday. Pitching on a Saturday here, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on a fastball, blown past Shaw for strike 3.
And he's a guy who loves to induce the swing and miss. 69 punch-outs and just about 56 innings in school ball this year, like you mentioned. That a fastball at the top of the zone, maybe just a little bit out as well. And Shaw was both late and underneath it for a big out number 2 to keep the bases empty for Chris Brito.
So here is Brito, announced as Matt in the starting lineups tonight. Going lefty on right here against the pitcher in Barry. Takes a wave and a miss at a changeup for strike 1. Couple nights ago when Brito was here, he went 2 for 4 with 2 roped singles to the left side of the infield. Barry continuing to work quickly as 0-1. Changeup below the knees for ball 1.
Again, not a good take right there for Brito. We know how well he controls the strike zone. Just a couple inches below the knees.
Barry, such an intimidating presence at 6'10", comes to home. Pitch on the corner. Inside part of the plate for strike 2. Fans starting to settle in here on a beautiful Saturday night for baseball at McKeon Park. Hyannis just 3 points back at first place Katuitt. The 1-2. Spoiled away to the screen.
And it looks like mostly a fastball changeup mix so far here for Barry to start things off. Has been able to pinch it just below the knees a couple of times. Got a called strike on it to Shaw just a couple of plate appearances ago. See if he comes back with it right here.
That one just missed above the zone. Looked like that was the fastball that time. The count will leave it at 2-2. We're just underway, scoreless top of the first inning. 2 gone and nobody on for the Braves' first baseman tonight in Chris Brito. Trying to prevent his 24th strikeout of the year, the 2-2. Kept the hands back and did not go around on a curveball fading down and in on him, and he's worked his count full.
And that is the first time we've seen that pitch from him right there. A lot of vertical break on it. Took a lot off of it as well. Brito both out in front and fooled. Again, a pitch twirling towards his back foot.
There's a big gasp in the crowd, but Barry comes to the full count, and that is downstairs. He lost him on ball 4. So you got to think the 9 players in the field for Hyannis all thought they should be in the dugout right now. But Brito kept his hands back, and then a pitch later grabbed his 17th walk of the season in the top 3 in the CCBL in walks this year. And he's on with 2 outs in the inning for Josh Moylan, who's playing in right field tonight.
And a really good at-bat by Brito right there, falling behind with 2 strikes, able to battle back and take a couple of really close pitches below the knees.
First pitch to Moylan's just a hair outside for ball 1. Moylan didn't play last night until the 9th inning where he came in and was hit by the first pitch he saw as a pinch hitter, which is always tough when you sit for 8.5 innings and you come in and take one off the shin. Facing Barry for the first time as he works lefty on left. He kicks and fires. Slider outside. It's gone to 2-0.
This will be the second lefty that Barry faces this evening. Again, majority right-handers in the lineup for the Braves so far tonight. The only other one besides Eblin and Moylan who we see right now is Roccaforte, and he's been giving them a steady diet of those breaking balls down and away.
Good count to do damage here ahead 2-0. Down and away, it is 3-0. So after Barry thought he was probably out of this inning, the pitch to Brito down and in was called ball 3. He threw ball 4, and now has thrown 3 straight balls to the Braves right fielder Josh Moylan. The 3-0. Taking you all the way. It's a fastball across the plate for strike 1. So a good count here for Josh, who was punishing baseballs in batting practice today. It is 358 down the right field line in Hyannis, but it does jet out to a pretty shallow territory by the scoreboard in right center. But the 3-1 misses outside. It's back-to-back walks with 2 outs in the inning. And here comes Wyatt Hensler in an early RBI spot in a tie game, scoreless here in the top of the first.
And for Barry, third so far this summer, had walked just 1 batter, and in this inning alone, his walk 2. So command has not been an issue for him in the past, and you could see a couple of really close calls. That one maybe just an inch or 2 off the outside corner. A really good take by Moylan as that sets up another really good opportunity for Wyatt Hensler.
White. Early in this season, hitting line drives right at people, got a broken bat bloop base hit last night. Hopefully that changes the tide for his luck this season. Bats with 2 out and 2 on here in the top of the first. The 0-1 is inside. It evens at 1-1.
And he hit a couple of balls on the button here. Back the last time the Braves were here on Wednesday at McKeon Park, including a hard one-hopper to the shortstop and Patelli. So looking to keep that going right here and continue to barrel balls up because eventually they'll drop down, and not a better time from the catch a break right here.
The Braves, who scored just 1 run in the 1-1 tie on Wednesday, looking to crack the scoreboard here in the first inning. As after getting 2 quick outs, Barry has walked back-to-back batters. Brito leads off a second, Moylan off first. Scoreless game, top of the first here at McKeon Park. 2-2 coming to the Braves DH tonight. Popped foul near us, but out of play over the visitors' bleachers adjacent the first base dugout.
So this is an early spot here for the Braves, who have been much better with runners in scoring position as of late. We're 4 for 11 yesterday. If you go back to their previous 2 games, 8 for their last 20 as well. And you can see the runs following. 4 runs yesterday. Might it be adding on very late. And then the 12 runs back against the Kettleers on Thursday as well.
Speaking of breaking out, with that broken bat single yesterday, Hensler broke his 3 for 24 stretch he was in. Looking to do damage here with 2 out and 2 on at the top of the first inning. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on a changeup, running down and away for strike 3. So Barry puts back-to-back runners on base with 2 outs in the inning, but gets himself out of the jam as we're scoreless going to the bottom of the first inning on the Born Braves Radio Network. Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand, it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 today, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
This is Braves pitcher Hun Furtado from Alabama Baseball. This is Born Braves Baseball.
Jake Barry works around 2 2-out walks as Hyannis escapes the first inning unscathed. As we go to the home half of the first inning, here between the Braves and the Harbor Hawks in game number 25 of the CCBL season. The manager for Hyannis is Eric Beattie. In his first season, this is his Game 25 lineup. Mitch Jebb, the third baseman, leads us off. Justin Janis at first base tonight hits second. Nolan Shaniel, the DH, hits third. Tito Flores, the Michigan left fielder, cleans things up. Dominic Patelli, the shortstop, hits fifth. Pancho Ruiz, the catcher, hits sixth. Rocco Pepe, in his first start against the Braves this season, hits seventh. The exciting Tennessee freshman Christian Moore is at second base. He hits eighth. And Philip Matulia, the center fielder, rounds out the starting nine, going up against Hunter Furtado in his second start of the season in a Braves uniform.
And he was tremendous back on the 1st of July against Chatham. Went 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. That was about 75 pitches or so through 45 pitches for strikes. So he's going to command the strike zone. And again, if you take away the Leo home run that was in his last inning of work, that was shutout baseball up until then. And he's going to try and pick up right where he left off. A much different looking offense, I would say, than what he saw in Chatham. But again, trying to build off of his start from last time.
This Hyannis offense is really interesting. Third in runs with 97 on the year, second in batting average hitting 240, but last in home runs with just 6 on the campaign. The leadoff batter embodies that approach. This is Mitch Jebb, the Michigan State third baseman. Doesn't have a home run this year, has 22 hits, swings at the first pitch, and fouls it third base side up and out of play over the Hyannis bullpen. Much bigger crowd here on a Saturday night than we had here on Wednesday.
Absolutely.
The Braves and Harbor Hawks going at it for the 4th of 6 times this season. Second pitch of Jebb is roped down the third baseline, fair ball, past the dive of Peck. Cruising into second is Jebb, and he'll be in there with a stand-up leadoff double to start this game, as he is not waiting around and laced one the opposite field, as Hyannis has a runner in scoring position to start off this game.
And last time Mitch Jebb was at the plate against a Bourne Brave here at McKeon Park, he slapped a ball to the third baseman in John Peck, and he made a sprawling catch to save the game for the Braves. This time Peck playing in and for the bag at third, ready for the bunt. Almost a carbon copy of the same ball put in play, but this time past him and down the left field line for a double.
Jebb, a guy who's had a really good season. Hit .356 at Michigan State in the regular year, and now up around the .330 mark to start his Cape year. The batter is now Justin Janis, the first baseman tonight, as Furtado delivers a fastball that's hit through the left side again between Peck and Shaw. Jebb's going to put the brakes on, stop at third. The throw into second is in time, and Espinal tosses out the runner. Janis trying to extend to extra bases.
What a heads-up play by Alan Espinal right there. He showed off the cannon throwing out a runner a couple days ago and gets to show it off again right here. Again, Janis saw the throw from the left fielder and Malone go to the plate. The third baseman and Peck tried to cut it off just because Jebb took such a wide turn around third and got the late stop sign. But then because Janis was just about halfway to second base by the time Espinal had it, he had plenty of time to throw a dart over there for a big out number 1.
The runner does move to third, but it could have been a lot worse. Here's Nolan Shamiel, who watches a first pitch breaking ball miss inside. So Jebb on the play moves from second to third, but Janis, trying to take an extra 90 feet, was thrown out by Espinal, so there's 1 on and 1 out. Shamiel rolls this first base side, but foul, and the count will go to 1-1.
And those 2 base hits were textbook Harbor Hawks baseball right there. Seeing the ball deep, slapping it the other way, especially with Peck, and in both occasions was playing in front of the bag, so he had almost no chance unless the ball was hit right at him. But a good break right there, going in the Braves' favor, getting Janis at second base.
So Jebb is on third. Shamiel looking to drive him in. Hyannis looking to draw first blood. And the pitch comes up and in and hits Shamiel on the back, who was twisting away from it, right between the 1 and the 2 on the back of the jersey. So Hyannis does, in fact, have runners on first and third with 1 out in the inning.
And that was a curveball that slipped out from Furtado right there. A pitch he used a lot and felt really confident about back in his last start against Chatham. And again, not the start he was looking for. Double, single, hit by pitch. Got bailed out by Janis' aggressive base running. But this does set up a potential double play opportunity with Flores coming to the plate here.
So runners on first and third for the Michigan outfielder Tito Flores. Swings the first pitch and rolls it foul third base side. A complete 180 to Furtado's first start, where he looked really, really good through 4 2/3 innings of work, and that allowed that home run as he tried to get his last out in the 5th inning. Hyannis threatening to score here in the home half of the first inning. Scoreless game, 1 out, but runners on the corners. Furtado from the belt, sets and comes to the plate. Swing and a miss on a changeup down low. The count goes to 0-2.
And a really good off-speed offering right there. And again, trying to not only induce a swing and miss right there, but if Flores puts in a play, get him to roll over somebody to the left side to try and twirl a double play to get out of this frame.
Sean Eblin up the middle, pinching for a double play. The 0-2, runner goes, pitches fought off on the hands, rolled right in front of us. Here as we're just to the right of home plate.
And hit and run may have been on there. There is 2 strikes, of course, but Flores almost took that out of the glove of Espinal right there. That was up at about the neck height. A really late swing to spoil it foul.
Now Alan Espinal steps in front of home plate and gives the first and third signs to the rest of his infield. The runner on third is Jeb. He doubled to lead off this game and advanced to third on the single by Janis. Samuels on first. He was hit by a pitch. Scoreless game, bottom of the first, and Furtado will take a look over on Samuel, who's back in standing up. The flag in center field not moving. It is a winless night here at McKeon Park under a cloudless sky. The 0-2. Up and away for ball 1 as Furtado loses his hat.
You say the windless sky. I guess he just a little bit of an aggressive motion right there as the hat came off. But after Espinal showed off that cannon back to nab Janis, and he threw out a runner back on Wednesday evening as well, I'd be really surprised if they are aggressive against him tonight. They are the top of the league in stolen bases, however, so we'll see.
Samuel not going. The 1-2 misses upstairs. The count will even at 2-2. Samuel on first base has 3 stolen bases on the season, has been caught once. A standout for Florida Atlantic this season, leads off of the first base bag, being held on by Brito over there. Furtado looking for his first strikeout, the 2-2. On the outside corner, caught him looking on a backdoor slider, strike 3. So after allowing 2 rockets to begin this inning, Furtado is just 1 out away from getting out of this first inning jam unscathed.
That's a really good pitch and a really good sign. The same pitch that he threw to Shanuel in which he hit him with, it just backed up that first time. This time a lot sharper break as it bit that outside corner, and now he gets to face a lefty and Patelli in an out away for getting out of a big jam.
Patelli seeing the ball well as of late, 4 for 7 over his last 2 games. The runner Samuel is going, and they got him picked off. Brito now has the runner at third base in a pickle, comes home, and Espinal places the tag on Jeb to retire the side here in the first. What about the job by Hunter Furtado escaping that first inning jam, aided by some sloppy Hyannis base running, and we're going to the second, still scoreless at McKeon Park on the Born Braves Radio Network.
Can first pitch not come soon enough? Well, don't worry. Before the Bravos has you covered. Starting 15 minutes before first pitch at home or on the road, Before the Bravos has the pregame insight and analysis you need to get game ready. From exclusive interviews, a first look at the opposition, lineup breakdowns, and so much more, Before the Bravos is the best place to start your evening of baseball. Before the Bravos, 15 minutes before first pitch, every game day, live on the Born Braves YouTube stream.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they are investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
Your favorite team on the Cape is back in action. Now back to Born Braves baseball.
Scoreless as we begin the top of the second inning here from McKeon Park in Hyannis, but scoreless not due to lack of drama. Hyannis in that inning started with a leadoff double by Mitch Jebb. Then Justin Janis hit a single through the left side, but tried to go to second on the play and was thrown out. The runner at Jebb stayed at third. Samuel was hit by a pitch. Flores struck out looking. So then with runners on the corners and 2 outs in the inning, the pitcher Furtado picked off Samuel. There was a pickle going from first to second, so Jebb broke for home. The first baseman Brito threw it to Espinal, the catcher, who got Jebb in a pickle and placed the tag in the midsection of the Hyannis third baseman to end that frame with the play at the plate.
This is a Harbor Hawks offense that has been incredibly aggressive. Entering their matchup last Wednesday, has stolen 23 bags in 12 days. Of course, not particularly an attempt there.
Barry back to work here in the second and delivers a first pitch fastball that's fouled off by Malone, the left fielder tonight for the Bravos, in the 6th spot in Coach Lander's lineup. The 0-1. By him for strike 2.
And back to that point about the Harbor Hawks, they've been incredibly aggressive and haven't particularly been as successful as one would want. You look at the Braves, they're third in the league with 40 stolen bases behind the Harbor Hawks by 2, and they've been so much more successful picking the right spots to run.
The 0-2 to Malone misses upstairs. Hyannis with 42 stolen bases. That's tied for the league lead with Brewster. The Braves at 40 in 3rd place, and then Katuitt with 39 down in 4th. The 1-2 to Malone is inside at the knees. The count evens at 2-2. Katuitt, another game last night where they did not steal a base. So that's back-to-back games the Kettleers have not stolen a bag. The 2-2 to Malone. Hit high but not very deep in a shallow right field. More the second baseman going back, but it's the right fielder Pepe who calls him off and makes the bell tie catch for the first out of the 2nd inning.
And that's a good start for Barry after throwing 22 pitches in the 1st inning. Going to need to bounce back and get a quick frame right here. Gets 6, 7, and 8. Roccaforte, the 7-hitter, coming up right now. But caught a couple of tough breaks, I think, back in that last frame. A couple of really close pitches that could have been called for strikes. There was the Brito check swing appeal that said he did not go around. And had he gotten at least one of those calls to go his direction, he's out of that inning with a breeze, but then had to weave out of a 1st and 2nd spot.
First pitch to Roccaforte. Up and in for ball 1. Braves did a good job, though, of keeping the pedal to the metal when they got a couple of favorable calls. Definitely going to be a hitter-friendly strike zone tonight. 1-0 to Roccaforte. Downstairs for ball 2. Looks like the Braves have figured it out. Earlier in the year, there's been some disputes about the socks they wear at home on the road. Tonight, they're going navy blue on navy blue. And at home, they've been wearing red with the white jerseys. Roccaforte rocking the high navy blues tonight. The 2-0. Check swing, fouled back to the screen.
Which one do you like better is the real question.
I don't know. I don't mind the red socks.
I was going to say,
with
I like
the navy
red.
Blue.
I like the red. It pops out a little bit more because there's not as much red on the jersey, so when you have the red socks, it evens it out a little bit.
At least they're on the same page, though. Roccaforte and Eblin both wearing the high navy blues. The 2-1. Off the end of the bat, rolled to the second baseman Moore. He picks it up and makes the easy toss to Janis as 2 are quickly retired here in the 2nd.
And when the ball has been put in play tonight against Barry, it has not been hit hard. 2 of which were ground balls, have the fly ball off the bat of Malone, and then a couple of strikeouts on some weak swings. So again, he's mixing up his speeds really well. We did see a right-hander up in the pen for Hyannis just in the bottom of the 1st inning. Not sure if that was just an arm getting a pen in, just trying to get back on schedule, or if they're planning on only going a couple innings with Barry tonight.
His first pitch to the batter, Peck, is the slider that comes over the back part of the plate for strike 1. Bullpens in clear view tonight, which is good. We can see all the action in both bullpens as they're in the field of play here in Hyannis. The 0-1. Carbon copy the last pitch, another slider that comes through the back door for strike 2.
And he's been pitching backwards so far tonight. A lot of breakers. He's been using both edges of the plate, particularly to lefties trying to go glove side and to righties to go arm side.
Looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the 2nd. The 0-2 to Peck. Upstairs for ball 1. Scoreless as we play in the visiting half of inning number 2. Hyannis threatened in the 1st, but left 2 runners in scoring position. Braves looking to draw first blood with 2 gone and nobody on here in the 2nd. The 1-2 to Peck upstairs. The count evens at 2-2.
They've been doing a good job of working the count right here. We mentioned 22 pitches in that 1st inning, even though quick outs to Malone and Roccaforte. Malone on a 2-2 count. Roccaforte was able to work that count as well. Get that pitch count up.
2-2 again. This one skips to the backstop. Didn't even get a piece of Pancho Ruiz's catcher's mitt as it goes straight to the pad, and the count has gone full. So back-to-back innings, the Braves made 2 quick outs, and then Barry has worked full counts against the 3rd batter he's faced in each frame. Peck looking to get on and get the base runner for the Braves on here in the 2nd, the 3-2. Down and in, he walked him, and for the 2nd straight frame, the Braves have worked a 2-out walk. It's the 3rd walk issued by the pitcher, Barry, and the Bravos have good speed at first base here for the Braves catcher, Alan Espinal.
And that's the 3rd walk of the night already surrendered by Barry. He's now tripled his walk total that he had posted entering tonight through just north of 7 innings. So You could argue a couple of tough calls, but on that one right there, Izzy got ahead quickly of Peck right there. Never came close after that, after he got to 2 strikes. So we'll see how patient Espinal is here. He's been very aggressive as of late.
Peck going on the first pitch. It misses inside. The throw is not even close as Peck slides in safely with a feet-first slide. His 7th stolen base of the season, and he was not waiting around as the Braves have a runner in scoring position with 2 gone in a scoreless game in the second inning.
And ever since John Peck got caught on opening day back on June 12th, he's been perfect since. Now 7 for 7, 7 for 8 in total in stolen base attempts this year. The Braves have now stolen 6 bags in 7 opportunities against Pancho Ruiz this summer.
The task to get him in from second with 2 out is up to the catcher, Alan Espinal. The 1-0. Outside, it's 2-0. So Barry, running into a lot of the same issues he faced in the first, has fallen behind Alan Espinal here 2-0.
And Espinal hit a rocket back a couple days ago and Katuit, so hopefully that can get him going. One of the harder balls we've seen him hit so far this summer through the left side of the infield.
Espinal also rocking the high blue socks. The 2-0. Hit high but not very deep in a shallow center. Patelli, the shortstop's going back, and he makes the catch right at the brim of his cap to retire the side here in the second. So for the second straight inning, Barry works around a 2-out walk, and we're scoreless going to the home half of the second inning from McKeon Park on the Bourne Braves Radio Network.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Bourne Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bournebraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Bourne Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bournebraves.org.
It's time to go back to the ballpark. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Scoreless as we begin the bottom of the second inning here from McKeon Park in Hyannis. And if this isn't a Braves and Harbor Hawks score, then I don't know what is. In the 3 matchups to this point in the season, they've been a 1-1 tie, a game that was tied 1-1 until the 8th inning when Hyannis scored 4 to win it 5-1. And then you guessed it, a 1-1 tie.
These teams like to tie, to say the least. Hopefully we get a decision tonight. For Hunter Furtado, an interesting first inning of work, gave up a lot of hard contact. In fact, only one of the 3 outs he retired was picked up on a ball put in play. Of course, you had him picking off and Jeb being caught stealing. You had
the shortstop Patelli's first pitch is attempted to be bunted, but fouled off right in front of the Hyannis dugout on the third base side.
Then you had Janis being thrown out at second base trying to advance on the throw when Espinal threw him out. And then that strikeout to end the inning, so pretty unorthodox frame.
Patelli not bunting this time as the pitch misses up and in. But the important thing for the Braves, though, they got out of it unscathed as the game is scoreless here in the home half of the second. The 1-1 to Furtado misses inside. And the count goes to 2-1 to the batter, Dominic Patelli. The shortstop who was left at home plate when his teammate Shamio got picked off of first base, starting 2 rallies, one between first and second, then the one between third and home. This one's hit off the end of the bat, but up the middle, and right through the box for a base hit. So it's the 3rd hit of the night off of Hunter Furtado. It's a softly hit line drive single up the middle by Patelli, and he'll be on with nobody out here in the second inning.
A broken bat, soft single up the middle. The shortstop and Shaw was playing just about straight up over there, so no chance for him to get it. Again, right up the box, tough break. But he's going to look to get a ground ball right here to get out of this jam. Again, everything that's been hit off of him has been elevated except that one single to Janis through the left side.
So Patelli is on first, good speed, 7 for 8 stealing. For the batter, Pancho Ruiz, the catcher. Furtado will take a check on him. Hyannis usually really aggressive on the bases, but I'm interested to see how aggressive they'll be here in the second after they made 2 errors on the bases in the first. Patelli not going as the first pitch to Ruiz misses up and away in a fastball for ball 1.
And that shows a lot about the Braves defense because this Harbor Hawks team feeds off of putting pressure on opposing defenses. And both times the Braves were able to execute. You have Espinal throwing out Janis at second base, and then the first and third play where that may have been their goal to try and get that run down.
The 1-0 is fouled back to the screen. But Hyannis not scoring in that first inning, leaving us in a scoreless game as we play in the bottom of the second. 1 on, nobody out for the catcher Pancho Ruiz in his 3rd start of the season against the Bravos. Still 0 for 7 against Braves pitching. Furtado takes another look on Patelli, who's back in with a head-first slide.
And over the last couple of evenings, Calvin, we've seen a lot of lefties, and we've seen a lot of pickoffs. Sandy, Tulloch, and now you can add Furtado to the list in left-handers over the last 4 games that have picked off a runner at first base.
Slide step this time for Furtado, and it caught Ruiz off balance, who takes a weak swing and a miss at a ball across home plate. And now Furtado's in the driver's seat, 1 and 2. Furtado hunting his 2nd strikeout of the evening, punched out Flores looking in the first. But before the pitch, another look on Patelli, keeping him honest over there. But back in relatively easily is the Hyannis shortstop. Packed house here on a Saturday night at McKeon Park in Hyannis. The 1-2 to the Harbor Hawks catcher. Fouled back to the screen. And you look at the numbers from last year. Hyannis, even with their 8-28 record a season ago, led the CCBL in attendance.
You gotta love it. And they've had a really nice showing so far here today. Packed down the third base line behind home plate. One of the biggest crowds I think we've seen so far here this summer, right up there with Chatham a couple Fridays ago.
Another check on Patelli, but this time it's over the head of Brito, and it rolls in front of the Braves dugout. Patelli into second, cruising for third, and he'll get in there standing up as an error on the pitcher Furtado will put another runner on third base for Hyannis. They had one in the first, now they got one in the second.
And again, I think this base running team, and that's very aggressive in the Harbor Hawks, has gotten in the head of the Braves a little bit right here. Furtado, that had to have been his 4th or 5th pickoff attempt right there, and they just tried for the quick snap move over to first base, and it was well out of the reach of Brito, who one had to hop over Patelli, who was diving in head first, but 2, I don't think there was any chance for him to get it. That's a tough break, as he was a double play away from clearing the slate.
The 1-2 to Ruiz is hit high but very shallow into the infield. Eblin, the second baseman, makes the one-handed catch, and that is an unsuccessful, unproductive out by the Hyannis catcher, as now there's one gone, and the runner in Patelli has to stay seated over at third base.
And perfectly executing his pitch right there. Fastball up and out of the zone, was able to get Ruiz to go after it, inducing that pop-up. He's one step of the way from getting out of this. He was able to walk the tightrope in the first. Can he do it for a second consecutive frame?
The batter is Rocco Pepe in his first start against the Braves. The pitch. Off the outside corner for ball 1. Pepe from Long Beach State didn't play last night and also didn't play in the game Wednesday night against the Braves. A 157 hitter on the season. The 1-0. Tap foul.
And the Braves will play with their corners in and their middle back, so if Pepe can roll over one to the shortstop and Shaw or the second baseman at Eblin, that will easily score Patelli from third base, and that just shows Landers' offense, confidence in his offense early on here in this ball game as well.
Furtado looking for another high leverage out early in this game. The 1-1. In the dirt, but through the 5-hole of Espinal back to the screen, and the runner Patelli will cruise home from third as Hyannis draws first blood here in the second on a wild pitch.
And it's not too many times you see Alan Espinal miss a block right there, and again, this one was just about over the heart of the plate, so he didn't have to move too far to his left or right. I think it just scooted off the left shin guard and rolled off towards his left, and there was no chance to get Patelli over at third base.
So Hyannis with the lead now, 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Bases are empty for Rocco Pepe, looking at a 2-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat, pop foul, but out of play on the first base side, and the count will go to 2-2.
And that's a real tough break because it felt like Furtado was going to be able to climb back into this inning despite the E1. But nonetheless, a Clean slate right here is going to have to battle back.
2-2. It buckles Pepe, but it is at his knees, and the count will go full. Pepe thinks it's ball 4. But it's 3-2. Now Pepe's telling the home plate umpire that it thought it hit him. So now all 3 umps will have a conversation in the middle of the diamond tier. Pepe definitively dropped his bat, started taking off his shin guard. But it would have been only ball 3. It is only ball 3. But Pepe's saying it came in and hit him on his left shin.
And I think this is going to be a tough one to overturn because neither umpire had a good view, being both at the corners. 2, if anything, your best guess is going to be a sound. But it looks like they are going to put him over at first base, so look at that.
Very interesting that call was overturned. Here comes Scott Landers for an explanation.
And again, it was a slow curveball. So
it is a more mild-mannered conversation, comparatively speaking, to what Coach Landers has had with umpires over the past week or so. It's been issued 2 warnings this week, one here in Hyannis, last time the Braves were here on Wednesday. Still talking to the home plate umpire, but it doesn't look like his mind is going to be changed, and Hyannis is going to get another base runner here in the second, with 1 run home in the inning on the wild pitch by Furtado through the legs of Espinal, and 1 gone in the inning.
So we'll see if this develops. Landers still talking.
So Landers walked away, got 3 steps away to the dugout, and then pumped the brakes and turned back to continue his conversation with the home plate umpire. The base is awarded to Rocco Pepe, who was granted first base after he said he was hit by a pitch and a breaking ball down and in.
And again, at first, I think he just wanted an explanation on what happened, which is definitely what he got. And now, maybe it just wasn't satisfying enough for him that he needed to go back for a second round.
Now he's walking backwards to the first base dugout. But it looks like the conversation is over as the Braves will have to deal with this situation with 1 on and 1 out, down by 1 run in the bottom of the second. Here's the second baseman, Christian Moore. Takes his swing and a miss, and a slider running down and in for strike 1.
And I like that a lot from Furtado, going back with that breaking ball after hitting Pepe with the previous pitch. And he's going to say, yeah, I scraped you in the foot, but I'm going to throw it right back at you, and he gets a big swing and miss on a pitch in the dirt.
Furtado not looking scared as the pitch is another off-speed pitch. This time, Moore is way out ahead of it and has fallen behind in the count 0-2. Pepe not a real threat to steal over at first base. Just 1 attempt. It was successful on the year. Takes a relatively modest lead over at first. Furtado kicks and fires on the 0-2. Caught him looking on a changeup, down and away, strike 3. Christian Moore can't believe it, but it's the second strikeout looking of the night by Hunter Furtado, and 2 are gone here in the second.
And that one that Moore was not happy with, to say the least. And the catcher and Espinal didn't even stick that or frame that right there. I think that was probably his main argument right there. But either way, Furtado will take it. The Braves needed a break. They got one. He's now an out away from getting out of this inning.
So it looks like Hyannis got a break on the hit by pitch by Pepe. The Bravos getting a break right back as Moore is rung up. So 2 are gone here in the second. Hyannis in the lead, 1-0. The batter is now Matulia, who watches a first pitch slider break too late on the front door, and it's inside for ball 1.
And it seems like he's really having a tough time getting control of that pitch. Sometimes he's able to throw it with a little bit of sharper movement down in the zone, but trying to land it for a strike, it's backed up on him multiple times.
Swinging a line drive right at Rockefort, though, who came in 2 steps and made the catch to retire the side here in the second. But not before Hyannis gets another base hit, and they finally get a run to cross home plate. We're headed to the third, 1-0 Harbor Hawks in the Born Braves Radio Network.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you're away from Doran Park by visiting our website at bornbraves.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be kept up to date all year long with the Braves.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
A night at the ballpark is one of the best ways to spend a summer evening with the family. With free admission to Doran Park and every field on the Cape, you can bring along the entire crew to experience a free night of fun at the park. Catch the best collegiate summer baseball league with the whole family all summer long, with tickets starting and ending at $0. To find the full Braves schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org.
The 2021 West Division champs are defending their title. Now back to Bourne Braves baseball.
Top half of the third inning, 1-0 Harbor Hawks your scores. These teams face off for the second time this week here at McKeon Park. Max Tanzer joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight as we got another good one. Here's the Cape Cod League season. We're more than halfway, 25 games in, and it has gone by in a hurry. Jake Berry out for his third inning of work, and Calvin, both pitchers on both ends have gotten into some trouble, but have been able to limit the damage just to 1 run combined on both ends.
Yeah, Berry going unscathed. Hasn't allowed a hit tonight, but 3 walks, 2 in the first and then 1 in the second. And then Furtado didn't allow any hard contact in the second inning, but he himself put together a 2-base error, and then Hyannis scored on the pass ball.
First pitch to Eblin is a fastball taken down away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And so he'll take the 1 run in that second inning after Patelli advanced all the way to third base on the E1. He would come around to score on a wild pitch. Here's the 1-0 to Eblin. Swinging a pop-up shallow left field. Shortstop Patelli going out. Tito Flores, the left fielder, coming in. Patelli slides. He can't get it. That's down for a base hit. It's backed up by the left fielder and Flores. So there's a single for Bryce Eblin, who continues to pick up base knock after base knock. Now 5 for his last 13. So that's the first hit of the night for the Bravos as well.
Caught a break there, too. The shortstop in Patelli was shading him up the middle, so it was a twisting pop-up away from him. No chance for Flores to catch it from that depth. It was up to the shortstop, who couldn't make the sliding grab, and now the Braves have a runner on, and it's their leadoff man with good speed over at first for Matt Shaw.
Eblin, 4 stolen bases on the year. Braves are already stolen 1 back tonight. That was packed back in the second inning. The lefty and Barry comes set from the stretch. Makes a move over to first base. Eblin back in safely with a head-first slide. Shaw struck out swinging back in the first inning. It's now 0 for his last 6. Came into this evening's game still second in the league in hitting at .328, 4 homers, 12 RBIs. Barry pauses at the belt. Here's his first pitch. Taken down away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
A little bit of a hitch in the kick that time. You see that? Trying to catch Eblin off guard. Making sure the Braves second baseman doesn't time up the delivery.
Probably in his head as well that Peck ran on the very first pitch after he walked back in the second inning and was in there very quickly as the 1-0 is swung on a line, right center field. That one's going to dunk in for a base hit. Stomping into second base goes Eblin. Back-to-back singles for the Braves here. Opens up the top of the third inning. First and second, nobody out, and that's got to feel good for Matt Shaw. Snaps an 0 for 6. And a really good spot now here for the Braves with Chris Brito coming up.
I can't think of anyone in this league who goes to the opposite field better than Matt Shaw. You can argue Mitch Jebb, who's actually on the other side tonight for Hyannis. He loves to slap balls to the opposite field. But Matt Shaw, if he's not one, he's definitely on the Mount Rushmore of batters that can go the other way in this league.
Here's another guy that likes to go the other way. In fact, hit a screaming line drive to right center field for a 2-run double in the 9th inning yesterday. That's Chris Brito. He digs in. First and second, nobody out, 1-0 Hyannis, your score. First pitch is a backdoor bender in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
And for some reason, this park plays relatively small. Hyannis just with 6 home runs in the year, which is at the bottom of the league, but just a .379 dead center and a .324 dead left. I don't know why it plays small, but if there's any guy who doesn't matter the ballpark, that's this guy, Chris Brito. Both of his home runs have been over 400 feet, well over 400 feet.
Both to left field as well. Long hold from Barry is 0-1. Brito shows bunt, pops it up first base side and foul. Count moves to no balls and 2 strikes, so how about that from Chris Brito?
I don't hate it.
And again, a first and second spot, nobody out. Catching the infield off guard without a doubt, but just popped it up foul first base side.
Look, Brito, Hitting just 224. That was up after he dropped under the Mendoza line. But a bunt there, nobody out, 2 men on base. You got Josh Moylan on deck. I don't mind that decision to bunt, even with Chris Brito, who leads the league in average exit velocity this season.
89 miles an hour. So the 0-2 is on its way. Swinging a high fly ball right field, slicing away from Pepe. He's towards the line, reaches up to make the catch. Tagging from second and heading for third is Eblin. The throw in on a hop is just late. A real good effort by Pepe out there, who had to do a 360 twirl and threw a strike on a hop to the third baseman in Jeb. Nonetheless, first and third, one down now. Brito retired for the first time tonight, as that sends up Josh Moylan to the plate.
So Brito couldn't get the bunt down with 1 strike on it, but did his job still. A productive out as he went out onto his front foot and hit one the opposite way. Pretty good effort there by Pepe out in the right to try to throw out Eblin, going from second to third, but he's in there. Now, I think it's not if, it's when Matt Shaw is stealing from first base, a guy with 9 steals on the season, because Josh Moylan is a double play candidate, and you want to avoid that whatever way you can. And that starts with Shaw trying to swipe second.
Moylan did put together a very quality at-bat back in his first plate appearance. Worked a 3-2 count after falling behind with 2 strikes. Spat on a couple of really close pitches off the outside corner. Barry from the stretch. He fires his first pitch. It's a fastball that clips the outer edge. 0-1 the count.
Roccaforte, who has the stolen base, instead it's Peck who has the stolen base for the Braves tonight. Didn't wait around. He went on the first pitch. Barry didn't look over to Shaw that time, but he didn't go. I think he's going, though. It has to be in the next couple of pitches.
Quick move to first. Shaw gets back in safely, so Barry having the same mindset as you, Calvin. And again, with a lefty, you're going to have to go on first move, of course.
They say some of the best have the same mindset as I do.
0-1 the count here with 1 down, 1-0. Harbor Hawks your score. Braves looking to put a chip in the board here. 0-1 is swung on and popped up high on the infield. The catcher in Ruiz throws off his mask. He's going to make way to the third baseman. And Mitch Jeb, who makes the catch just 6 feet down the third base line for out number 2. So a tough break. Moylan just missed that one. Skied it up above the light towers. But unfortunately still on the infield, as that keeps the runners at the corners now with 2 away.
Straight up the chute to the 42nd floor was that pop. But the third baseman, Jeb, came in, camped under it, read his favorite book, and had a sandwich before that one landed in his glove.
Did his catcher in Ruiz a favor as well, who had a real tough angle right there. Came in racing just at the very last moment. So Eblin at third, Shaw at first base after their back-to-back singles. And again, the Braves do not want to squander this first and third nobody out opportunity. Of course, with 2 outs now, you have Hensler at the plate looking to break out.
So Hyannis was in this same exact situation in the first. I'd be really interested to see if the Braves send Shaw to maybe purposely try to get into a pickle to score Eblin from third.
Barry from the stretch, his first pitch. Up and away. The catcher in Ruiz debated a snap throw, but decides to hold on to it. 1-0 the count.
With that being said, though, I do like this matchup with Wyatt Hensler facing a left-handed pitcher.
Hensler struck out swinging back in the first inning. He's picked up hits in 4 of his last 6 games. Hit yesterday was a little bleeder into shallow right center as he looks to hope that that's the one that gets him going. Here's the 1-0. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher, and Ruiz gets away to his left. Eblin coming to the plate, dives in head first, followed by a cloud of dust as that ties the game 1 apiece. Here in the top of the third inning, an aggressive base running by Bryce Eblin with 2 outs. Just rolled about 3-4 feet to the left of the catcher Ruiz, but with his speed, was able to get in there safely. To second on the play goes Shaw.
Really good base running there, and the key was no hesitation. Eblin, right when he saw that ball in the dirt, bursted for home. And you know who didn't was the pitcher, Barry. He hesitated. So I bet Hyannis would have had a really good shot if Barry was going full stop to home plate, but the ball beat the pitcher to the plate, which allowed Eblin to score with the head first slide.
So 1-1 your score now. Hitters count for Hensler here at 2-0. Shot second, 2 down. Pitch on the way is swung on and missed. A fastball up and away. Count moves to 2-1 here on Hensler. Shaw with plus speed over there at second base will be going on contact. Hensler swings his bat back and forth, now lifts it above his right shoulder. He's driven in 6 runs this season. Here's the 2-1. Pounded foul straight back on the ground. Count moves even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but these 2 teams are tied at 1.
So just going to take the foot off the pedal for the rest of the next 6 innings?
I hope not. I usually prefer when one team scores more runs.
I could agree with you on that one. 2-2 the count here with 2 down the pitch. Swinging a cue shot off the end of the bat. Second base side. Moore will charge it. Picks it up with 2 hands and throws on the run over to first base. That will retire the side. But the Braves pick up their first run of the night to tie the game at 1 apiece as Bryce Eblin scores all the way from third base on the wild pitch. With that, let's set things down to our sideline reporter, Ethan Frank, for the first time tonight. Ethan, what do you got for us?
Oh, I got a lot, Max. I don't know if you guys talked about it, but when the Braves lineup was introduced tonight, Chris Brito was introduced as Matt Brito, almost a combination between Chris Brito and Matt Shaw. So I was talking to them in the dugout about that because I was standing right next to Chris when that was called, and they were talking about what would happen if they combined themselves. And Shaw said that he would take Brito's eye at the plate so he could walk more, and that Brito said he would want to take Shaw's speed so that he could be better on the base paths and maybe in the field. But something interesting is that usually after every at-bat, because Chris bats behind Matt in the lineup, is that they like to have a conversation, right, as one is either walking away from the plate and one heading under the plate, or one's coming back into the dugout. It's something they do after every single at-bat, and it really helps Brito gain an advantage during his plate appearance, except for when Matt Shaw strikes out. Chris says he's always silent and never gives him any little tidbits because he's storming back into the dugout.
Fantastic stuff, Ethan. Maybe that's why Chris Brito was showing bunt earlier. Wanted to show off some of that Matt Shaw speed that he inherited from the PA announcer before today's game.
Well, we know Chris Brito hasn't been shy all season long of trying to show off his own speed.
2 stolen bases to his name, so you got to give him that.
And I'm surprised no one took Chris Brito's size, right? Wouldn't that be one of the things you would want?
That's what I would take. I mean, I'm 5'5". Matt Shaw's got the size already.
I would
no matter
take
what,
Chris Brito's max squat.
Yes, for sure. Got to ask him. I wonder what he's sitting around. 1-1 your score here, top of the 4th. Make that bottom of the 3rd inning here at McKeon Park between the Harbor Hawks and the Braves. Hunter Furtado out for his 3rd inning of work. And while he's only allowed 1 run so far, he's had a lot of traffic on the base paths. 5 men were sent to the plate against him back in the 2nd inning. Was able to get out of the inning just allowing the 1 run. Here's the top of the order, Mitch Jebb. First pitch is a breaking ball on the outside corner, knee high. 0-1 the count. Jebb doubled down the left field line just past the diving Peck. Back in the 1st inning to extend his hitting streak to 13 games now. As the 0-1 is up and in. Jebb scoots out of the way. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. And in that stretch now, he's 18 for 48. As he continues to light up the scorecard, hitting .324 entering tonight. So the next pitch is a bender in there on the outside corner. Furtado jumps ahead at 1-2. And I got to say, from opposing players, I think Mitch Jebb is probably one of my favorite to watch at least.
Really?
It's just so interesting. It's such a unique approach, such an old school approach that you don't see too often. So the 1-2 is up and in, ball 2. 2-2. Other one on this Harbor Hawks team, Ricky Nishida.
I was just about to say.
His warm-up routine, or I should say pre-pitch routine as he gets in the left-hander's batter's box, has to be one of the coolest things I've seen. 2-2, breaking ball taken down away. Jebb almost went after it. Count moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's got to be at least, 5 to 8 seconds of pre-pitch routine.
And I like
Nishida.
when he's a left-handed hitter, or is he a switch hitter?
We've only seen him swing from the left side.
He could be a switch hitter, because he definitely takes his swing right-handed before he digs back in the left side.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a high fly ball, left field line, slicing away from the left fielder, and Malone into foul ground. Reaches up, can't make the catch as it hops off the track and foul ground. Malone then slams into the wall. He's all right. So the count stays full at 3-2.
That one had a really big tail off of it coming off the bat of the left-handed hitter who sliced it down to the corner. In foul territory, Malone tried to run it down. Would have been a really good play for the natural third baseman out there and left, but just ran out of room. And almost got some leather on that, but fell harmlessly out of play if you're Jebb in the Hyannis offense.
And Jebb and Nishida, talking about both of them, have very similar approaches where they like to see the ball very deep. A lot of times it almost seems as if they're already taking a step out of the batter's box as they're swinging.
And they don't strike out.
They do not strike out. Again, Jebb just a 6% strikeout rate and just south of 280 plate appearances at Michigan State this year. So the 3-2 is taken down to the dirt on a breaking ball for ball 4. So Jebb will sprint over to first base as he takes the walk. Second time he's reached today. As a leadoff base runner is on here for the Harbor Hawks. That represents the go-ahead run. So here comes Justin Janis to the plate. He singled on a ground ball through a vacant left side back in the 1st inning and was thrown out by the catcher in Espinal after Malone's throw from left field came to the plate to try and nab Jebb, who then put the brakes on and stayed at 3rd. Janis tried to advance on the throw, but was caught at 2nd. First pitch on the way is a fastball upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
Jeb at first, a big-time threat to steal over there, too. 10 for 14 swiping back. So this is a real tough part of the order to have to deal with if you're Hunter Furtado.
1-0 pitch, breaking ball over the heart of the plate, strike one. Count evens up. And Furtado not even really giving Jeb enough time to take a lead, it seems. He's working very fast. It's back-to-back pitches now for Furtado. By the time he's come set, Jeb has just taken his lead as he makes a move over to first base. Jeb had just started to take his first step towards second, but gets back standing up. Count stays at 1-1.
And that could be a good technique if you're trying to go first move, too, because you stay on the bag until he lifts his leg, and then you can just burst if you're going like that.
There he goes, 1-1 inside. Espinal throws on line. The tag by Sean, not in time, as Jeb will steal his 11th bag of the summer already. Going on first movement from Furtado as he's in scoring position here with nobody out. The pitcher's a breaking ball, a good one to run on, up and in for ball two. So 2-1 the count here on Janis as he has a chance to drive in a run.
And that was his strategy. Don't take a lead until he lifts his leg. And if you're stealing on first pitch, go. Great job by Jeb of base running. There was a bang-bang play over at first. Over at second, I should say. Espinal almost had him, but he was able to get that hand in, beating the throw to get Hyannis a runner in scoring position.
And a good throw by Espinal at about the ankle height of the shortstop and Shaw, who was covering. 2-1, swinging a slap ground ball to the left side, picked on an in-between hop by Shaw. He shuffles across and throws over to first base to retire Janis. For out number one, Jeb will hold it second on the play, as Shaw fielded that to his backhanded side. So that's a big step in the right direction for Furtado as he continues to pitch under pressure here. That sends up Nolan Shanuel to DH to the plate. Shanuel was hit by a breaking ball back in the first inning. That was the first of two batters hit by Furtado this evening so far. Shanuel playing in game number 24 this season for the Harbor Hawks. A homer and 9 RBIs, a chance to drive in number 10 right here. As the first pitch is a weak swing and miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. Gets away to the right of Espinal. Is scampering into third base, standing up is Jeb. So there'll be another wild pitch for Furtado and a breaking ball down low. 0-1 the count here with one down.
Furtado doesn't seem like a fun guy to catch, and it's not a negative thing on the Braves pitcher. It's just that his pitches have just so much run and so much dip, and he makes his money getting hitters to look foolish on pitches in the zone, just like he did his Shanuel right there. But with runners in scoring, with runners on base, they have time at times have advance on wild pitches like that.
0-1 is fouled off the foot of the hitter in Shanuel as he limps off towards the first base side. So the count moves to 0-2 right here. That was a soft roller out to the mound. A little bit of a late call from the home plate umpire, but he'll give Shanuel some time here. So 0-2 the count here with one down. Furtado looking for either a big punch-out or a pop-up to hold Jeb at third base. A fly ball of most depths should be able to score him with his speed over there 90 feet away. Tito Flores, the left fielder, and right-handed hitter looming on deck right here. Furtado has picked up 2 strikeouts on the night. Both have been looking to Flores in the first and more back in the second inning. So Shanuel, after a ball off the shin, digs back in. Slightly open stance from the left side. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball, runs outside and low. Count moves to 1-2. The infield now drawn in for the Braves. Again, tied at 1 here. We'll try to cut down the potential go-ahead run at the plate if Jeb is going on contact. Furtado winds and fires his 1-2. Swinging a line drive left field. That one's down for a base hit as the left fielder Malone plays it on a hop. Walking home and coming around to score is Jeb from third. An RBI single for Shanuel. That gives the Harbor Hawks a 2-1 lead. Shanuel's 10th RBI on the summer.
I really like Hyannis' approach tonight going up against Furtado, especially lefty on lefty, which is the top 3 batters in their order. Jeb, Janis, Shanuel, all lefties, and they're all going the opposite field. Jeb's hit was the opposite way, Janis' single and ground out the opposite way, and then that one just roped into left field the opposite way, giving Hyannis a 2-1 lead.
First pitch to Tito Flores is inside, and that's going to hit Flores on the front foot. Another breaking ball, very similar to what we saw with Rocco Pepe on a controversial hit by pitch call back in the second. So that is now the 3rd hit batter tonight for Furtado. 2 to right-handers, 1 to a lefty. So that sets up a first and second spot here with 1 down. It's going to send out pitching coach Brad Cook to the mound to have a conversation with his left-hander. Again, you mentioned it. He's a tough guy to catch just because that curveball has so much late movement on it. We've seen Espinal struggle to block it a couple times tonight already. And I think what's so effective about this approach by these left-handed hitters for the Harbor Hawks, and you mentioned it, seeing it deep, is Furtado relies a lot on the change of speeds because there's such a drop-off in velocity, 73 miles an hour on that curveball to about 93 on average on his heater, that when they're seeing it deep, they're able to just spit that curveball the other way to left field. And he hasn't had the sharpest command of his heater tonight, missing up and into a lot of lefties and arm side.
Yeah, no, he really hasn't. That's two guys he's hit. Hyannis, though, swinging it really well. Furtado hasn't allowed a walk, but has hit, what, 3 guys now?
3 guys. So it's the 4-3 pass. Walk Jeb to open up the innings. That brings up Dominic Patelli. Lays down a beauty of a bunt down the third base line. Peck picks it up on the run. Throw to first base is not in time. Patelli will beat it out, an infield bunt single, and it would have taken a perfect play by John Peck, and he almost made it. Bases are loaded here for the Harbor Hawks as here they come in the bottom of the third inning.
This is just picture perfect what you draw up in the playbook, Hyannis Harbor Hawk baseball. They're not going to hit the ball out of the yard, but they are going to scratch and claw for everything. Line drives, hit the other way, taking hit by pitches, working walks, a really good at-bat by Jeb to start this inning who's already scored. Now a great bunt down the third baseline to load the bases.
Here's the catcher, Pancho Ruiz, popped up to second with a runner on third and nobody down in the second inning. First pitch is a bender in there over the middle third of the plate. 0-1 the count. Right-hander Cade Grundy starting to warm up down the right field line for the Braves bullpen. Furtado could use a ground ball right here. 0-1 the count here with 1 down. Here's his pitch. Swinging to Tapper, back to the mound. Pitcher Furtado bobbles, recovers, can't find it as it rolls behind him. Everybody's safe. A run comes around to score. That's Shanuel from third base as the Harbor Hawks extend their lead. It's now 3-1, and he had that force play back at home. Bobbled it on the first recovery, tried to pick it up on the second, but couldn't pick it up cleanly.
Yeah, just took his eyes off it. It was a dribbler back to the mound, a pretty routine play, especially with all his momentum going to home. He just looked up to see where the base runner was before he looked the ball into his glove. So it's another tough break for the Braves, who are now in a 2-run hole.
Pancho make that. Pepe up to the plate now. First pitch is taken down and in for ball 1. And now it's Seth Keener warming up the bullpen for the Braves. 3-1 Harbor Hawks your score here. Furtado looking to limit the damage here with 1 down. Base is still loaded. He winds and fires the 1-0. Swinging a line drive, left center field and deep. Rocafort going back at the track. This one's going to hop off the wall and everybody can run. Flores scores. Patelli scores. Ruiz getting the wave around. The throw back into Eblin gets away. Sliding into third base is Pepe. He's now racing to the plate. Here's Shot's throw. It's on line, but gets away from the catcher and Espinal. Everybody scores. A Little League inside the park grand slam, aided by an errant throw back to the infield. That'll extend the Harbor Hawks lead to 7-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Will likely be ruled a triple. And then an error on the bad throw back to the infield is, my goodness, the Harbor Hawks have gotten to Hunter Furtado here in this third inning.
That ball was stung into the left center field gap. That had extra bases written all over it. And with how well this Hyannis team runs, that had clear the bases written all over it.
So here's Christian Moore. Bases empty, 1 down. First pitch is down and in for ball 1.
And with the way that the Braves nonchalantly threw that ball in, and when it got away from Eblin, he kind of just walked over to get it by putting his head down. Pepe said, what the heck, I'll try to nab home, and the throw was up the line.
1-0, Bender misses inside and low. 2-0 the count here.
So this has happened real fast. If you would have told me Hyannis was going to score 7 runs tonight, I'm not sure if I was going to believe you. If you told me they'd score 7 runs with only 1 gone in the third, I definitely wouldn't have believed you.
2-0 swing and a miss. Strike 1. Pitch in the dirt that gets to the backstop. 2-1 the count.
That's not because I don't think Hyannis is capable. It's just the way the Braves and Harbor Hawks have played up to this point in the season, so tight against one another in all 3 matchups prior to this.
And they've only done it with just 1 extra base hit. That the triple that we just saw, as the next pitch is well upstairs for ball 3. Another heater. 3-1 the count. And to your point, they're second in the league in average. They're second in on base, but just 7th in slugging. They love to do it the small way, pitching with tight at-bats, base hit after base hit, and walks. This is a grounder to the right side. Eblin to his left, picks it up. Now bobbles, can't recover as it drops straight underneath his feet. So safe at first base will be Moore. We'll see what they rule that. Probably a single because Eblin had to go a long way. Would have had to spin and make a perfect throw over to first base. So that sends the 9th batter to the plate in Philip Matulia. This is a Harborhawks team that leads the league in walks with 92 and has struck out the least amount of times as well. So they'll be pesky as that brings out Scott Landers to the mound. And it looks like that will be it for Hunter Furtado tonight. He lasts just 2 1/3 of an inning's work, gives up 7 runs, 6 here in the bottom of the third. He'll be responsible for Christian Moore over at first base as well. He'll make way to the right-hander Seth Keener. We'll tell you all about him when we return. 7-1 Harborhawks, your score here in the bottom of the third inning at McKeon Park.
Missed the biggest part of the game? Don't worry, the Bravos have you covered. Catch the call of the game on the Braves Twitter @BoardBraves to hear the night's biggest moment. From big-time strikeouts to crazy web gems, game-winning home runs, and more, whether you hear it for the first time or you just want to relive the magic, the call of the game will bring back the best moment from the night that was.
Free! It's a word you don't hear often, but it's the only word in the Cape Cod League. Every single game on the Cape is free, which means you can bring the entire family, extended family, and the extended family for no charge at Doran Park or to any other game on the Cape. Catch the best collegiate summer league in the nation for absolutely no charge all summer long.
Cape Cod League Baseball is back on the New England Sports Network in 2022. Nesson will feature 5 Cape League games on its airwaves this season, the first of which comes on June 30th when the Braves take on the Falmouth Commodores, and then the Nesson crew comes to Doran Park on July 21st when the Braves host the Wareham Gatemen. All Cape League games on Nesson start at 7, and the station will also feature the league's All-Star Game. It's the best summer baseball in the nation, and it's live on the same station as the Boston Red Sox all summer long. Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Bourne Braves, and that is at the Bourne Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter @BourneBraves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to
Bottom half of the third inning, 7-1 Hyannis, your score here. After a lot of offensive fireworks in this frame, it's going to be Philip Matulia coming to the plate here, the 9th batter to come to the dish in this inning, as the first pitch on the way from Seth Keener is in there for a strike on a fastball in the outside corner.
And Keener making his 5th appearance of the season for the Braves tonight. He's been really, really good. Last time out against Harwich, 4 1/3 innings of work, allowed just a single hit, struck out 3, didn't allow a walk or a run.
There goes Moore, pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Espinal's throw is well offline as it goes to the second baseman, to Eblin, who is backing up the throw as the shortstop in Shaw was covering. So safe at second base with a stolen bag is Christian Moore. That's his first of the summer. The second of the inning for the Harborhawks as they continue to add to their league lead, now with 44 stolen bases so far in the campaign.
This has just been a really sloppy inning for the Braves. But back to Keener's numbers. Allowed 3 runs in 3 2/3 against Katuitt all the way back on June 14th. Since then, has not allowed a run in 8 1/3 innings of work.
0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A good fastball from Keener as he blows it by Matulia. And that'll be out number 2 here as that sends up Mitch Jebb to the plate for his second plate appearance of the inning. Opened up the frame, working a 3-2 count, drew a walk, stole a bag, came around to score on the RBI single from Shanuel. And at that point, you're thinking Furtado may have been able to have a chance to limit the damage to just 1 run in this frame. But then you see hit by pitch, single, E1, triple with the E4, a single to Moore. Here we are now with 2 down.
And that triple stings. That ball was smoked.
First pitch is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher and Espinal, but bounces right back to him as it hits off the home plate umpire's chest pad. Either way, getting into third base, standing up is Moore. Want to know the count here with 2 down. As Jebb has another opportunity to drive in a run. And you mentioned it, Calvin. That ball was a laser off the bat to left center field. There was no question that all 3 runs would score, but then you had the E4 on Eblin, who couldn't handle the relay throw. It allowed Pepe to circle the bases. 1-0. Swinging a tapper, softly hit, shortstop side. Shaw will cut across, pick it up, throwing a run to first base. That'll be in time to retire the side. The Harbor Hawks send 10 to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning. They bring across 6 to score as they lead it 7-1. Braves have some work to do as we head to the top of the fourth. It'll be Brendan Malone to lead things off when we come back.
2021 was a historic season for the Bourne Braves. The Bravos captured the President's Trophy, given to the team with the best regular season record, and rode early success to the West Division title and a trip to the Cape Cod League Championship Series. Now in 2022, the Braves are back and look to replicate the success from a season ago without many of the faces that got them there. It's a whole new season of Bourne Braves baseball. Check out the full schedule on bournebraves.org and come join the party at Doran Park.
The Bourne Braves have enjoyed a long history of offering internships to college students who have worked in a myriad of capacities and performed any number of duties for the organization. Interns support everything from public relations, fundraising and concessions, to field maintenance, internet broadcasting, and baseball operations. The Braves will begin accepting applications for the 2023 season in September. Those interested should visit bournebraves.org.
The Bourne Braves are out on the road. Let's get back to the action on the Bourne Braves Radio Network.
Top half of the fourth inning, 7-1 Harbor Hawks. Your scores. We're live here from McKeon Park. Max Tanzer joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo here. A nightmarish inning, to say the least, for the Braves defensively as they talk about the Harbor Hawks, 10 batters to the plate, pushed across 6 runs to score, highlighted by the bases-clearing triple from Pepe, who scored on that same play due to the E4 from Eblin. So it'll be Brendan Malone to lead things off here as Jake Berry comes out for his fourth inning of work. Malone 0 for 1, flew out to right back in the second inning. It'll be Malone, Roccaforte, and Peck as the first pitch is a fastball just a bit upstairs for ball 1.
And if you're Jake Berry, you're feeling good. You went
Absolutely.
into the dugout, what, real time, 20, 25 minutes ago? And now you're back out there with a 6-run lead?
1-0 is pop foul first base side. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, give me that. I want that. That looks good.
He'll take it as he looks to pick up his second win in as many outings. So the 1-1 is popped up first base side again. Will slice out a play. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes here. This Harbor Hawks team lost 12-10 right after that 1-1 tie to Bourne. They lost 12-10 to Wareham, who at the time was sitting in last place, a game that they really would have liked to take advantage of. As Barry winds and fires. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, cued off the end of the bat, rolls foul straight back. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
What do you think of Malone's blue bat? He's been rocking it since he's been with the Braves. I don't know if he had that in Brewster, too.
I think that's what my thought was when I saw it, because it matches the Whitecaps blue perfectly. It's a good look with the green cleats that we talked about earlier, and then you got the red batting gloves. So he's covering the whole
color wheel
right there. Got the whole rainbow going. So the 1-2 is on its way from Barry. Swing and a pop-up softly hit, shallow left center. Patelli will scamper out into the outfield grass to make the catch for out number 1. I like it. I don't mind a multitude of colors, but they got to match. And the green cleats are borderline for me. But
borderline what?
Borderline
acceptable?
Acceptable.
You're
going to
run out there and say, like, unacceptable?
I won't say that to Brennan. Just my personal opinion.
They're borderline Max Tanzer personally unacceptable.
If I was in his shoes, I wouldn't be wearing the green cleats. But I'll give him credit because he plays school ball at Oregon. And who would buy a new pair of cleats for 40 summer games? It's the first pitch to Roccaforte is a breaking ball up and in for ball 1.
It makes you wonder what else is Max Tanzer borderline unacceptable.
The Tanzer unwritten rules. 1-0 to Roccaforte, taking down away ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
I'm going to have to monitor my actions now.
Better be careful.
I don't want to be added to that list.
Better be careful. I'm telling you that. Roccaforte picked up his first extra base hit yesterday, a double to right center as the 2-0 is caught on a miss on a sweeping slider. 2-1 the count. It's now up to a $170 in the batting average department. 3 RBIs, drove in a run on that double to right center against Orleans last night. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a bounding ball right side, charging is Moore, picks it up on the run, smothers it with his chest, will throw over to first base. 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down for Barry. That's now 5 batters in a row retired. So he looks to get into a groove for the first time tonight. He's had traffic all over the base paths in every inning he has pitched in. In the first, after getting 2 quick outs, walked back-to-back batters, did not allow a run. In the second, faced 4 batters, did walk 1 and allow Peck to steal second. And then in the third, the inning opened up with back-to-back singles for the Braves. They were able to push across a run on the wild pitch that allowed Eblin to score, but Barry was able to limit the damage. Here's John Peck. First pitch is a big swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Peck out in front. 0-1 the count.
How about the hustle, though, by Rockefort on that ground ball? It was just a routine chopper to second, but he went full stop all the way through the first base bag and made it a bang-bang play at first.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball down into the zone. Peck taking a massive rip at it. Count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. And you got to love it. A lot of speedsters on this team. Rockefort, as we mentioned, one of the fastest. John Peck, Matt Shaw, Bryce Eblin, all in the starting 9 tonight. Barry winds and fires his 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Ruiz as he glides towards his left. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 7-1 Harbor Hawks, your score as we sit in the top of the 4th inning. 4th time these 2 teams have faced this year. The Harbor Hawks lead the season series at 1-0-2. Of course, those 2 ties, 2 1-1 ties. And the most recent was on Wednesday, which secured the Braves' 3rd consecutive draw, which you don't see very often, especially in baseball. The Braves now 9-9-6 on the year, 3 ties away from tying the Cape Cod League record. Pitch, fastball, misses outside ball 2, 2-2.
Nothing would be more 2022 born Braves to tie the Cape League record in ties.
You know, I didn't think of that, but that is perfect. I don't want to root for that, but that would be just spectacular. Next pitch is grounded to the right side. Past a diving Janis into right field for a base hit. So John Peck, with 2 strikes, shortens up and knocks a single the other way. His 2nd hit in as many nights. He's now at first base here with 2 away. Really good approach right there. A pitch on the outside corner after taking a couple of big swings at some breaking balls. Got a fastball running away and slapped it the other way.
And Peck's looked solid after struggling with strikeouts early in this season. They've still been a little bit of an issue for him. But this time going the opposite field, hitting a ball the other way. Struck out just once last night, and now has been on twice. Also swiped a bag on the first pitch, his last at-bat.
Barry fires. He holds. First pitch to Alan Espinal as a bender on the inside corner. 0-1 the count. Peck's triple yesterday to right center field just past the diving Travis Honeyman. Snapped an 0-for-16 skid, and since then has walked back in the 2nd inning and singled just moments ago. So hopefully he's starting to get things going as there's a check over to first base. Peck will get back in standing up. That triple came with 2 outs. The Braves were not able to drive him in yesterday. Again, lost that one 6-4. We're 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Have yet to come up with a hit in those spots tonight. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a high pop-up to the second base side. Moore, the second baseman, takes 2 steps towards his left, now 1 to his right. He reaches up head high to make the backhanded grab, as that will end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on here in the top of the 4th inning for the Braves. That sends us to the bottom of the 4th. All Harbor Hawks tonight. They lead it 7-1 here in the Braves Radio Network.
The Born Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bornbraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org, and come join the fun.
This is Seth Keener from Wake Forest, right-handed pitcher, and this is Born Braves Baseball.
Bottom half of the 4th inning, 7-1 Harbor Hawks, your score. Seth Keener Comes out for his second inning of work, inherited a tough spot for Hunter Furtado. Was able to strike out Philip Matulia for out number 2, and then got Mitch Jebb to ground out to the shortstop and Shaw to end the inning. He'll get 2, 3, and 4 here in this Harbor Hawks lineup. Justin Janis, Nolan Shanuel, and Tito Flores as he looks to keep this one a 6-run deficit here for the Braves.
And I'm telling you, Keener's a weapon out of this Braves bullpen. Unfortunately, he's kind of in a little bit of a mop-up role early in this game with the Braves trailing 7-1. But this Braves team has a little bit of the flair for the dramatic. So if he can do his job and keep this game 7-1 for as long as he's on the mound, you never know what this Braves offense can strum up.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 7-1 your score. First pitch to Janis is a breaking ball down and away for ball 1. So the Braves will have 5 innings to work with to try and get back into this ball game. So the 1-0 is in there for a strike, middle third. Count evens up at 1-1. Gives them 15 outs for the remainder of this ball game offensively to try and push across at least 6, assuming that Keener and the rest of the pen keeps this 6-run deficit. This is swung on and slapped on the ground to short, fielded by Shaw, bobbles, recovers, throw to first base, pick on the back end by Brito, is in time to retire Janis. For out number 1, Matt Shaw doing a juggling act over there at shortstop, still able to make the play.
Hot potato hit every lip, rock, blemish in the dirt you can find over there. But Shaw, just with the reflexes of insert something with good reflexes here, made that play at shortstop and a really good stretch by Burrito to finish it off.
So it'll bring up Nolan Shanuel. He's had quite a night. 1 for 1 with an RBI single, was hit by a pitch as well as he pounds the first pitch into the ground towards the first base side. 0-1 the count. And I think if Matt Shaw didn't make that play, you could use Matt Shaw as the adjective right there, who has just been tremendous defensively so far this season. Keener going for the windup now with nobody on. Was in the stretch last inning. So the next pitch is buried in the dirt with a breaking ball. Count evens up at 1-1.
And most people go with cat-like reflexes.
I respect you for not going that way.
But I don't know. I've never seen a cat react like very fast. Like, what does it mean by cat-like? I guess I've never owned a cat, so
1-1 misses outside with an off-speed pitch. Count moves the 2 balls and 1 strike. Hey, you haven't seen those videos of those cats like jumping and running on the fences, and they have multiple lives. If they fall and hit the ground, they don't die.
What does that say about their reflexes?
2-1 is on the outside corner. Count moves to 2-2. I think that they're just quick and agile.
Okay.
You know? And Matt Shaw is quite quick and quite agile. So maybe next time.
You can scratch off compare Matt Shaw to a cat off your broadcast bingo card.
2-2 is on the outside corner. He rings him up with a fastball. 4 strike 3. Second punch out of the night for Seth Keener. First looking as Shanuel is retired for the first time this evening. That brings up Tito Flores here with 2 away as the Braves look to set down this Harbor Hawks offense in order for the first time tonight.
And Ethan Frank, who does a lot more than just report excellently in the sidelines, has given me this information. According to your favorite internet browser, Google, the animal with the fastest reaction time is the star-nosed mole.
Okay. First pitch on the way to Tito Flores is a fastball upstairs.
So next time this line drive at someone with the reaction time of a star-nosed mole.
Ethan, please go up to Matt Shaw and tell him that we compared him to a star-nosed mole today.
You're making that connection. I'm just saying things with good reflexes.
Next pitch is taken down, away goes to the backstop with a breaking ball. 2-0 the count. I mean, we're going to pull that back at some point this season, okay? I mean, I've already said put a star on that one about a dozen times with Matt Shaw, so it would fit. The 2-0 is popped up first base side, slicing out a play.
Now you can see put a star-nosed mole next to that one.
Should I draw one in my scorebook next time?
Yeah, I'd love to see you draw a star-nosed mole.
Well, we got a picture. That is incredible.
Good luck drawing that.
That is incredible right there. Mac Friday, our beat reporter, showing us just a tremendous one-shot of a star-nosed mole. Next pitch is fouled off towards the first base side. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7-1 your score here, bottom of the 4th inning. Seth Keener out, looking to face the minimum right here. Holds the glove at his belt buckle, now lifts it up above his face. The 2-2, swinging a ground ball to short. There's Shaw. His throw-over's in time to retire the side. 1-2-3, go down the Harbor Hawks here in the 4th inning. We're heading to the top of the 5th. 7-1 Hawks your score.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand, it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 today, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
Hey, this is Ty Cummings, Braves pitcher from Campbell University, and this is Born Braves Baseball.
Braves in a 7-1 hole as we play in the top half of the 5th inning back at McKeon Park in Hyannis. And the night is done for the Harbor Hawks starter in Jake Berry. He went 4 innings of work, allowing just a single run, and he gives way to the hard-throwing right-hander coming in, the first guy out of the Hyannis bullpen.
And for Barry, I think this game started off a little difficult, as through his first couple of innings, struggled with his command, walked 3 batters, but then was able to get into a little bit of a groove through that 4th inning. After allowing the single to Peck, was able to retire Espinal to put a 0 on the board, allowed just 1 run, so you got to give him a lot of credit tonight for keeping his offense in this one, and they gave him that run support with that 6-run bottom half of the 3rd inning.
Braves send to bat here in the 5th. It'll be 9-1-2. Instead, 1-2-3, Eblin, Shaw, and Brito. O'Rourke is the new pitcher for Hyannis. So it'll be a righty now going through this Braves order.
It'll be a little bit of a different look because the lefty in Barry was standing at 6'10" from the left side. Now you have a right-hander at about, I'd say maybe 6'1", 6'2", throwing from the right side. So Eblin's going to have to be ready to get going here. The Braves need some base runners right now. Again, have just about 15 outs to work with left in this ball game.
So Eblin standing in for his 3rd at-bat, the first pitch. On the outside corner for strike 1. Braves offense looking to muster something up here in the 5th inning in a 6-run hole. Hyannis scoring 6 runs in the 3rd. Take a strong hold of this game, 7-1. The 0-1. Tapped back above the mound. Here comes Moore, the second baseman on the run. Has to hurry, but it's not in time as Bryce Eblin legs out an infield single, and he'll be on base with the runner over at first to start this frame.
And Eblin continues to pick up base hits right here. Had a bloop single to left back in the 3rd, infield single here in the 5th. He'll take it now, 5 for his last 14.
So Tommy O'Rourke allows a softly hit single to begin this inning as Bryce Eblin's on. For Matt Shaw, who is now up again, his 3rd at-bat of the night, 1 for 2 in the evening. First pitch to him. Big rip on a foul ball back straight to the screen. Eblin scored the Braves' first and only run of this game, scampering home on a wild pitch in the 3rd inning. Braves look to get something going here in the 5th, trying to plug away at a 6-run deficit. O'Rourke kicks and delivers. Fastball that gets the outside corner for strike 2.
And a really good spot right there that froze Matt Shaw. Now he's going to have to battle here with 2 strikes. Picked up that single back in the 3rd inning to right center, but also struck out swinging against Barry. So just looking to put the ball in play right here and keep things going.
Looking to battle behind in the count, 0-2. Here it is. Fastball hit the other way. That's down for a base hit. Matt Shaw loves to go that direction, and it trickles all the way to the wall. Eblin's into 3rd. Shaw's into 2nd, and the Braves have 2 runners in scoring position on the line drive double by Matt Shaw.
Matt Shaw's like, I'll go right center, 1AB. How about the right field line, the next one? Thought Eblin may have had a chance to score right here, but nobody out. Being a little bit conservative are the Braves, and I think that's the good decision. You have Brito coming up and Moylan right behind him. A really good spot to get back into this game. Again, one swing at the bat can make it a 3-run deficit here for the Braves.
So that's the first Braves extra base hit of the night. Matt Shaw going to right field. What else is new for extra bases? So here comes Chris Brito with 2 on and nobody out as the Braves try to get something on the scoreboard, trailing 7-1. First pitch to Brito. Slider that breaks too late, down to the dirt for ball 1. Seven to 1, the Hyannis lead on 6 runs in the third inning, but the Braves trying to chip away here in the 5th. Eblin's on third, Shaw's on second. The batter is Brito. The 1-0 from O'Rourke. Upstairs for ball 2. The Stanford pitcher, Tommy O'Rourke, has struggled a bit coming into this game, allowed an infield single to Eblin and then a line drive double to Shaw, and has fallen behind Brito here 2-0. The Braves first baseman trying to do some big-time damage here in the 5th, the 2-0. Slider across the plate for strike 1. Brito was not expecting off speed there.
And the good take was definitely looking for a heater over the heart of the plate. Hard Rocks will play with their middle infielders back, so a ground ball to either the shortstop of Patelli or second baseman Amore would drive in a run.
That's the luxury of being up 7-1 in the 5th. The 2-1 to Brito. Tap foul, third base side.
Got a fastball at the top of the zone right there, trying to stay on top of it, just chopped it straight into the dirt down the third base side. And O'Rourke was able to drop in a bender on the inside corner. Maybe tries to expand the zone a little bit and get Brito to chase. But remember, with 2 strikes, Brito has been fantastic this year. Was behind 0-2 back in the first inning and was able to draw a walk. Looking for another quality AB right here.
Trying to get the Braves some runs. Bravos have only scored 1 run in each of their 3 matchups with Hyannis this season. The 2-2. Change up just below the zone. A tough take there by Brito, but the count goes full.
And we mentioned it, Brito, an incredible eye right there. A really tough one to take, maybe an inch or 2 below his kneecaps. If he could work a walk right here, that would be huge for the Braves because that sends up Moylan, of course, but also forces O'Rourke to throw more pitches under pressure.
Here's the 3-2. Upstairs, it's ball 4, and Chris Brito works his second walk of the night, his 18th of the season, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out for big crank himself, Josh Moylan.
And for O'Rourke this year at Stanford, 30 outings, 2 starts, 35 strikeouts to 16 walks, and 32 2/3 of innings work, an ERA of 4.41. This will be his Harbor Hawks debut tonight as well.
He's run into some trouble, hasn't gotten an out, and loaded the bases. Has to fade Josh Moylan, who's 0 for 1 with a walk coming back in the first. The first pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup down and away for strike 1.
And that pitch has been really good. Was able to pull the string on Moylan right there. A lot of depth on it. And Moylan right now, a guy who, with one swing at the back, could catapult the Braves back into this game. O'Rourke's going to have to be very careful.
Trying to wiggle out of a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation. Out of the stretch, he comes to the plate. Hit off the hands, but fairly deep into left field. This will get the run home. Flores is under it. He makes the catch. Trotting home is Eblin. He'll score standing up. And the Braves go from second to third and first to second, so everyone tags as Flores kind of chucked that ball in the middle of the infield in nowhere's land. So the Braves not only score a run, 2 runners are back in scoring position. The 4th play is gone, and the Braves with an opportunity to continue to plug away, now in a 7-2 hole.
And that's a tough mistake right there from Flores because, again, that was very deep. There was no chance to get Eblin, who was tagging from third, who has really good speed. If he throws it to the cutoff man, you still have a first and second spot with 1 down and a chance to get a ground ball double play at the end of the inning. Instead, he tries to launch it to home plate. The catcher Ruiz cut it off early, but still not in time to get the advancing runners.
First pitch to Hensler's on the inside corner for strike 1. Wyatt's 0 for 2, end of the inning in the first with a strikeout, and end of the inning in the third with a ground out to the second baseman Moore. Braves trail at 7-2 here in the 5th, but looking for more. 2 runners on, just 1 away. The pitch upstairs for ball 1.
And Hensler just looking to get something to elevate here. Drove in a run with the sacrifice fly a couple nights ago with the bases loaded. Got to get run number 3 home right here.
Shaw's on third. Brito is on second. The 1-1 coming to Hensler. Smacked through the left side of the infield, a base hit. Coming home is Shaw. Trotting into third is Brito. And the Braves continue to keep the line moving. It's a 7-3 game in the 5th.
And now a hit in 5 of his last 7 games for Hensler. That's his 7th run batted into the year. And a 4-run deficit now, just like that. Brendan Malone coming to the plate. You have Brito 90 feet away, and you got to get Brito in now from third base. Braves doing a good job of manufacturing runs in this inning. Just 1 down. Got to continue to get to O'Rourke here.
So Seth Keener doing his job on the mound to keep this a 6-run deficit into the 5th inning, and the Braves cashing in with a couple runners in scoring position. 2 have crossed home plate, 2 are still on the bases, and 1 man is out for Brendan Malone, who's 0 for 2 in the night. Hensler's on first, not a real threat to steal, hasn't attempted a stolen base this season, but the Braves would love to avoid the double play with 1 gone in the 5th. O'Rourke's first pitch coming to Malone. Hit high to right field. This will get the run in as well. Coming on is Pepe, and it is foul out of play, so not a catch by the fielder in Pepe. If it's just a strike, the first on the batter, Malone.
And Pepe had a long way to go right there. Was playing about straight up. This continued to slice away from him. Again, you said it. If that catch is made, Brito is very likely scoring. Braves doing a good job of playing a little bit of the Harbor Hawks card right here with pitching away at base hits, working a couple of walks, elevating a couple of balls to drive in runners with some sacrifice flies.
Not a part of the Braves' order known for their base running, as Brito and Hensler are the runners. Malone's the batter, the 0-1, down and in for ball 1. But interesting to see if the Braves try to do something to stay out of the double play, whether that's a hit and run or a stolen base straight up by Hensler, who hasn't attempted a steal yet this year. The 1-1 to Malone. Hensler not going. Pitches up. Ruiz tries to check on him, a back pick, and he is just in by a millisecond as he extends his left hand into the first base bag. Ruiz almost caught Hensler napping, and would that have been a huge out. But luckily for the Bravos, Hensler's back in, and it's just a tight play at first.
And Janis's tag was applied on the right shoulder of Hensler diving in right there. I think the throw beat him, so if he got the tag down in the hand, they may have had a chance to get him, but that shoulder was just a little late.
He stays there, the 2-1 to Malone. Smacked through the left side, again a base hit. Brito cruises home, and it's the second straight single through the left side of the infield. The Bravos have something cooking. It's 7 of 4 in the 5th.
And they're pitching at that 6-hole right now. The third baseman, and Mitch Jebb, was playing a couple steps towards the third base bag, so no chance for him to get it. And back-to-back nights from Malone with RBI singles. Looks like he's starting to heat up. So the Braves have now sent 6 batters to the plate in this inning. Each batter has had a productive at-bat. The only out was on the sacrifice fly, and they now trail by 3.
We told you never count out the Bravos. They've had the flair for the dramatic at points this season. A 7-1 game is now a 7-4 game, and here just in the 5th inning, they're sending the tying run to home plate in Carson Rocafort as the whole Hyannis infield has a conversation on the pitcher's mound.
And Submariner Jay Driver warming up down the left field line of the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks. So maybe this meeting also trying to burn some time to get him heated up. Again, O'Rourke has not looked sharp in this inning. This is his first outing of the Cape season for the Harbor Hawks. And Rocafort, a guy who's been chipping away slowly. A guy you do not want to face, a guy who loves to hit the ball the other way, just as Hensler and Malone punch that 6-hole. Will not be surprised if he tries to punch one that way as well.
Malone singled home the Braves' 4th run of the game. He'll be on first. Hensler on second. Rocafort got his first extra base hit of the season last night when he delivered an RBI double in the right center field gap. If he's able to do the same here, it would score definitely Wyatt Hensler from second and potentially Malone from first, as the Braves are fighting and clawing back into this game. Here with 2 runners on and just 1 man gone for Wyatt Hensler, and a 7-4 deficit in the top of the 5th. Hensler's on second, Malone on first. The batter is Rocafort, who stands from the left-handed batter's box, seeing O'Rourke for the first time. O'Rourke sets at the chest. His first pitch. Laid off on a fastball outside the zone for ball 1.
And a really long layoff right there, so you got to imagine what the conversation was for O'Rourke there on the mound with his entire infield. And maybe making some adjustments right here as he faces his 7th batter of the frame.
has only gotten one out in his Hyannis debut, has allowed 3 runners to cross home plate. A pitch to Roccaforte, fouled away.
Roccaforte's rolled over both times tonight, and I mentioned it just a couple moments ago, likes to slap the ball the other way. At least the majority of his base hits have been in that direction. And saw that pitch deep right there, a fastball middle through the plate, just fouling it straight back.
1 out, 3 runs home, 2 men left on base here in the 5th. The 1-1 coming to Roccaforte. Long look in by O'Rourke. Now he delivers. In the dirt. Good block by Ruiz behind home plate, but the count goes to 2-1 and the Braves center fielder.
You got John Peck on deck, who's had a couple of really productive ABs today. So you got to really challenge Roccaforte right here as well.
Roccaforte out of the 7th spot in the lineup for the Braves. Looking to drive in his 4th run of the season. Hensler's on second. Malone is on first. 1 out here in a 7-4 game in the 5th. The pitch. Up and away. It's gone to 3-1.
This looking like a really good opportunity here for the Braves. Hitters count for Roccaforte, but he's got to be really selective right here, especially with the lack of command from O'Rourke in this plate appearance.
3-1 pitch coming to Roccaforte. Here it is. Not even near the zone. A fastball in the opposite batter's box. It's a walk to Roccaforte, and for the second time this inning, the Bravos have him loaded, which will end the night for O'Rourke, who's only able to get 1 out as 3 runs cross home plate. 3 runners are on base as Hyannis and Eric Beatty go back to the bullpen because we got a game again. 7-4 is the Hyannis lead, but the Braves with 3 runs home in the inning have the bases chucked for John Peck when we come back on the Born Braves Radio Network.
43 of the Braves' 44 regular season games this summer will take place on the Cape, but for the first time ever on July 25th, Polar Park, home of the Worcester Red Sox, will host a Cape Cod League game when the Bravos take on the Wareham Gatemen at 6:45. Gates open at 5:45, and admission is $10 to watch the Braves take on a West Division rival on an even greater stage.
The Braves are the reigning champs of the Cape Cod League West Division, but the West in 2022 is loaded again and as wild as ever. With 6 games against Hyannis, Wareham, Falmouth, and West Division runner-up Katuitt, it's a packed slate against division foes thirsty for revenge. To check out where and when the division matchups go down, head to our website, bornbraves.org, and check out the Bravos' full schedule.
After COVID-19 canceled the 2020 season and shortened 2021, this year will be the first since 2019 with a full 44-game schedule and an 8-team playoff. That means you can catch the Braves squaring off with each team in the West 6 times and each team in the East 4 times. It's a jam-packed slate for the Braves in 2022, and you can check out the squad's complete schedule on our website, bornbraves.org.
This is Braves pitcher Bryce Cunningham from Vanderbilt, and this is Born Braves Baseball.
The Bravos have said, hold up, not so fast, as after trailing 7-1 to begin this 5th inning, loaded the bases, drove in 3 runs, and now the bases remain loaded in a 7-4 contest as Eric Beatty, the manager in the Hyannis dugout, is forced to go back to the bullpen, and his option is the Harvard right-hander sidewinder, Jay Driver.
This will be his 7th outing of the summer so far. 1-1 record with a 5.40 ERA. 11 strikeouts to 3 walks through 6 2/3 of an inning's work. Still induced some swing and miss, but opponents hitting .286 against him so far, slugging .429. And again, a guy with a tough look. That 3/4 arm slot, it looks to be jumping hard out of his right hand as well. John Peck, a chance to sort of redeem himself in a way. A couple nights ago against these Harbor Hawks, came up with the bases loaded and nobody out and grounded into a double play. Now is a chance to get them back into this ball game right now with the bases loaded and 1 down.
The only Brave in the lineup tonight not to get out is the batter in Peck, as the ground ball pitcher and Driver would love a twin killing here to get Hyannis out of the inning. The bases are loaded with Bravos. 7-4, 1 gone in the 5th. Driver's first pitch. Foul tip straight to the screen. Hensler leads off third. He singled. Malone also singled. Both those were through the left side. Then Rockefort worked a walk. He's on first.
And you got Espinal on deck, then the top of the lineup for the Braves and Eblin, who's been swinging it really well. So Peck and Espinal really got to keep this line moving here.
Pitch to Peck. Sinker fading down and in. That's swung over the top of by the Braves third baseman. And the count has gone 0-2.
And that's some really sharp movement, and that's exactly what Eric Beatty is going for right here with this sidewinder, trying to induce a ground ball to either his third baseman in Jeb or the shortstop in Patelli to get out of this inning with the right-hander and Peck up.
Driver working out of the windup with the bases loaded. 0-2 pitch coming to John Peck, who tries to put the ball in play. Here it is. Tap to third, but foul. The count will stay 0-2.
Went with a slider right there. This one hung over the heart of the plate a little bit. Peck just a little bit out in front, capped it down the third base line.
Peck, who has joined our notorious club of batters who have ripped their pants, stands in the right-handed batter's box as he tries to clear the bases. Braves trailing 7-4. They went into this inning trailing 7-1. 3 runs have come home. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, good block by Ruiz, good discipline by Peck, and the count goes to 1-2. Bryce Eblin started this inning with a single. He scored. Shaw doubled. He scored. Brito walked. He scored. Bases remain loaded with Braves, now down 7-4 with 1 gone in the 5th. Would Driver love a double play? His 1-2. In the dirt, straight to the backstop, but bouncing right off the brick, right back to Ruiz, who turns around, plays it like a shortstop, and keeps Wyatt Hensler 90 feet away.
That was good base running by Malone at second and Hensler at first, too. Make that Rockefort at first base. Because a lot of times you see the ball go to the backstop and you instantly react and try to go into third. Sometimes you'll see those runners get caught in a rundown, but they held. And Rockefort over at first base just has tremendous speed. So if Peck can find an alley right here like he did yesterday against Orleans, he could have a tie ball game right here.
Middle infield in double play depth, hoping for a ground ball. The 2-2. In the dirt again, another stop by Ruiz. But the count has gone full, and there is no place to put John Peck.
He's going to have to find the zone right here. Was able to get a slider over the plate a couple of pitches ago. Most of his fastballs have been running down and in. And I think with the amount of movement he has on his pitches, he probably is going to have to try and induce a chase right now. Again, has had a tough time commanding, at least throwing a pitch over the plate.
Something has to give. Bases loaded. 1 gone. The 3-2. Fouled away. Third base line.
And this is a really good test for John Peck, who we've mentioned has struggled with the strikeout so far this season, 25 entering tonight, which leads the team. But whatever the result is right here, he's put up a really good battle, worked the count full, taken a couple of really close pitches, and just looking to get the cherry on top and pick up a big knock.
Needs to put the ball in play, but not a hard-hit grounder right at someone. The 3-2 coming again. Fouled back again as the plot thickens on what has been a heavyweight fight between Driver and Peck. 7-4 is the Hyannis lead, but it's a lead that has dwindled down to just 3 runs after the Braves came into the 5th inning behind 7-1. Peck looking to unclaw the bases and get the Braves a step closer. The 3-2. Hit high, but not very deep in a shallow center field. Matalia's coming on. Going out is Moore. It falls between them. Everyone's going to advance a base. Everyone's going to be safe. And it's 7-5.
What an AB by John Peck. First of all, now has 2 hits on the night. 3 in his last 2 games, but battling and battling until he got a pitch over the plate. And again, maybe not ideal contact, but was able to drop it in for a base hit into no man's land in shallow right center field. The only guy who had a chance was Christian Moore, who was trailing with his back towards the infield, tried to reach out at the very last moment. And again, with everyone having to hold with less than 2 outs, a really good spot here where the base is still loaded for Espinal.
So here is Alan Espinal, the Braves catcher, who's popped out twice tonight. 7-5 is now your score. Bases remain loaded. Espinal swings through a first-pitch fastball, foul tipped in the middle of Ruiz, and he's in the hole 0-1.
And Espinal absolutely a double-play candidate right here, so he's going to have to find something to elevate, as hard as it may be against a sinker baller and Jay Driver.
Just a single RBI for the Vandy catcher this summer. But a big chance here, the pitch. On the outside corner, a fastball in there for strike 2.
So he's going to have to battle right here. He's seen a couple of heaters.
Top of the Braves order, and Bryce Eblin, who started this inning with an infield single, waits on deck. Bases are loaded, one gone. Here in a 7-5 game in the fifth. The 0-2 to Espinal. Misses away for ball one. A crowd that was raucous when Hyannis took his 7-1 lead is now anxiously sitting on their hands. Here as the Braves look to potentially tie or take the lead in just a 2-run hole with the bases loaded. The 1-2. Spoiled away. A really good job by Espinal staying alive, dropping his bat down basically to the dirt and plucking a breaking ball off home plate and fouling it away over our heads.
And the infield, at least the corners drawn in front of their bags. Mitch Jebb at third base, circling around a little bit. Looks like he's going to play even. Middle back, however, looking for the double play ball to turn it, but a lot of room between the third baseman and shortstop.
The 1-2 just misses a hair off the inside corner. It's gone to 2-2.
And another really good take. Both Peck and Espinal have shown tremendous discipline in their last couple of plate appearances.
Espinal chokes up on the bat. A 2-2 pitch coming with the bases loaded, and the Bravos down in a 2-run hole. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on a sinker, running down and in for strike three. So what a big-time punch-out that is by Driver. It's an unproductive out by Alan Espinal as the bases remain loaded, now with 2 gone in the inning for Bryce Eblin, the leadoff man.
And Espinal showing a lot of poise, pulled Eblin aside before they cross paths to share some information with him, now sharing information with Matt Shaw as he looms on deck. So we'll see if Eblin can take advantage of that right here. The 10th batter to the plate in this inning. And again, you have the tying run at second base and the cleats of Roccaforte, who runs really well, and Eblin's been swinging it well tonight.
Both teams have now sent 10 batters to the plate in a single inning tonight. First pitch to Espinal is slap foul over the Hyannis dugout third base side.
And this is going to be a much more comfortable at-bat for Eblin versus Peck and Espinal, who are both right-handed hitters. That sinker's now going to run across the plate instead of in to him, and that slider will run opposite of that. So he's looking to catch something that fades over the middle of the plate right now, something to drive.
Driver, the pitcher, works out of the wind with the bases loaded and 2 gone in a 2-run game in the fifth. His offering in the dirt for ball one.
And a ton of room on that left side of the infield, and we've seen Eblin slap the ball the other way before. The shortstop and Patelli playing behind the runner and Roccaforte at second, Jebb at third, in front of the bag, a couple steps off as well. So if Eblin could get a pitch, a sinker that's running away from him and just slap it that way, he easily gets 1 run in, if not 2.
Braves already have 2 hits in this inning through that 6th hole. Eblin looking to do the same, the 1-1. Outside, ball 2.
And Connor O'Halloran starting to warm up in the pen down the left field line for the Harbor Hawks as they continue to shuffle through their bullpen so far this evening.
Driver is the second pitcher here in the fifth as O'Rourke was chased from his Harbor Hawk debut, just getting a single out. He's responsible for Malone and Roccaforte, who stand on second and third. The pitch misses away again. It is 3-1, and there is no place to put Alan Espinal, and the Harbor Hawks know that number 24 is looming on deck.
And for Driver, that fastball / sinker riding a little bit on him. He likes to stay very low in that delivery, of course, coming from the 3/4 arm slot, but getting a little bit underneath it. The last couple of pitches has missed up and away with a lot of arm side runs, so easy takes for Eblin as he now finds himself in hitter's count.
The 3-1, fouled straight back. So the count goes full. All the runners will get a head start. Bryce Eblin is the batter in a 3-2 count, a guy who's really turned his season around. Now 4 for his last 7 after 2 singles and 2 runs scored tonight. Malone is on third, Roccaforte on second, Peck on first. They'll all be in motion on the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs in the top of the fifth. The Braves trailing 7-5, already with 4 runs home here in the frame. The 3-2. Fouled away. They'll do everything all over again.
And if you're Scott Landers in this inning, 1 you take away, you pushed across 4 runs, which is something that this team has struggled a lot with the last couple of weeks here. But 2, I mentioned it with Peck and Espinal. You could say the same thing with Eblin. Battling here right now. This is some of the best baseball we've seen this offense play over the last week or so.
Braves fought back last night, trailing in the 9th inning 6-2, pushed 2 runs across home plate, but came up short. Trying to fight all the way back here in the 5th inning tonight. The 3-2 pitch coming to the Braves second baseman. outside, it misses away, ball 4. It's a walk, it's an RBI, and the Braves are within 1, 7-6, as they throw a 5 spot on the scoreboard here in the top half of the 5th inning.
And guess who's coming up? Doesn't get much better than this than Matt Shaw, who doubled earlier in this inning down the right field line. That was when this team was trailing by 6. He finds himself about 15 minutes and change later, a chance to tie this game, if not give them the lead. The base is still loaded.
Rockefort on third. It's Peck on second and Eblin on first. The first pitch. Rip and a miss as Matt Shaw was trying to make this a 10-7 game in the blink of an eye, but it's by him for strike 1. Speed all across the bases and speed in the batter's box. A ball in the gap has a very high possibility to unload the bases. But Shaw will have to do it, fighting back from an 0-2 count as he takes another home run cut and comes up empty on back-to-back pitches.
And Jay Driver looking unfazed right here, challenging Shaw with a couple of fastballs. Both look to be in the middle third of the plate. Shaw just late both times.
Shaw looking to fight in an 0-2 hole as the Braves look to take the lead. The pitch. Spoiled away. He just got a hair of that one, plucking it out of the catcher's mitt of Ruiz. On a slider running away from him. Got the cup with the bat on it to stay alive.
And a really good job battling right there. After seeing a couple of fastballs that he was behind on, just throwing the edge of that bat out there to get a piece.
7-6 is your score in the 5th. The 0-2 to Shaw. Swing and a miss. He got on a fastball upstairs for strike 3. So Matt Shaw leaves the bases loaded, but not before the Braves send 5 runners across home plate and turn a 7-1 deficit into a 7-6 deficit in the middle of the 5th. And as much fun that was, this is even more fun. Time to go around the Cape. Here's Ethan Frank.
Thanks, Calvin. I got some good news and I got some bad news for Braves fans. I'll start with the bad news, and that is that Falmouth leads Brewster 7-3 in the top of the 8th inning. The Commodores only 4 points behind the Braves in the standings right now, and if scores hold right now, they will only be 2 points behind the third place Bravos. The good news is, though, is that Wareham, who had been leading YD all night, now trails 3-2 in the top of the 7th inning. The Gatemen just 1 point behind the Braves in the standings for third place in the West. They, however, trail at home 3-2, top 7. And in the East Division, Orleans leads Chatham 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Orleans obviously beat the Braves last night and are looking to make it a couple of wins in a row tonight. And finally, another shocker in Katuitt. The Kettleers, seems like the Kettle train has come absolutely off the rails. They just cannot pitch right now. Harwich leads Katuitt 11-6 in the top of the 12th inning. A Harwich team that has not been very good as of late leads the Kettleers 11-6, top 7.
Wow, so a lot of big scores around the Cape, Ethan, and you can say the same about what's going down here at McKeon Park. The Braves went into the top half of the 5th in a 7-1 hole, and they left the top half of the 5th down by just a single run as it's 7-6 after the Bravos pushed across 5 runs in the frame. Back to work is Seth Keener for his second clean inning of work. He's retired all 5 Harbor Hawks he's faced.
If you're Seth Keener, a long layoff after that 6-run make that 5-run inning.
His first pitch to Patelli is hit high, but very shallow into center. Rockefort moseys under it, reads his favorite novel, and makes the catch by his belt for the first out of the inning.
But not only that for Keener, and you touched on it a little bit for how spectacular he's been out of the pen this year. Tough to see him sort of in an inning-eating role tonight, but it's almost as if Scott Landers knew that a 5-run inning was on the forefront because now he has one of his best arms clinging onto a 1-run deficit.
Keener just trying to continue to do his job. Now 10 scoreless innings in his last 10 frames pitched for the Wake Forest right-hander. One is gone in a 1-run game in the home half of the 5th, and here's Pancho Ruiz. He takes an excuse-me swing as it trickles in front of home plate, but they're going to call a foul ball off the leg of Ruiz, and here comes Scott Landers to argue.
It's the second time we've seen Landers tonight. You got to imagine already a little bit upset from the hit-by-pitch call that he didn't agree with earlier. It was tough to tell. May have hit off the shin of Ruiz, the hitter right there. But if not, Espinal was on top of it quickly and had quite a quick play. Maybe the crew's going to meet right here and see.
Wasn't a very long conversation, as they'll say it did hit off the shin guard of Ruiz, so it's just a confrontational foul ball and a strike one to start this at-bat. Ruiz on the night, 0 for 2, a pop to second, and an error back to the mound. The 0-1, skied high, foul over our heads on the right side adjacent to the first base dugout.
So 0-2 the count now. This offense for Hyannis has swung at every pitch that Keener has thrown in this inning. He has Ruiz in the palm of his hand, does not have to throw a pitch over the heart of the plate.
The 0-2 as Keener quickly works. In the dirt, check swing that he went around on. Espinal makes the flip to Brito at first, and it's a strikeout on 3 pitches as Seth Keener is just in cruise control right now. He is continuing to mow down batters. Now 7 straight retired by the Braves right-hander.
And 3 strikeouts along that way as well. And this Harborhawks team was really patient against Furtado through the first few innings of work. And then Keener gets in this game all of a sudden incredibly aggressive, and they've been chasing a lot so far.
First pitch to the batter in Pepe is outside for ball 1. Pepe with the big blow in this game for Hyannis, a 3-run triple back in that 6-run third. Takes another rip at this one as it stung down the left field line, but well foul. Fielded on a hop by one of the pitchers down there in the Hyannis bullpen, and the count goes to 1-1 as Pepe loses a soldier there as the bat is broken. He'll go back to the dugout, grab a new piece of lumber, and come back to home plate with a 1-1 count against Seth Keener.
Capped that one right there off the end of the bat and still hit it quite hard. Was a little bit out in front. Top spinning line drive down that left field line.
So the count goes to 1-1. Keener looks to continue his perfect outing and tries to get his team back in the dugout with all the momentum down just a single run. The pitch misses away. It's gone to 2-1 here on Pepe.
And the biggest response from Keener right here after 11 men were sent to the plate in that inning, a bounce back 1-2-3 frame here against this Harborhawks offense.
But he's fallen behind Pepe as the 2-1 misses below the zone in a slider. It is 3-1 on a batter who's already done a ton of damage against the Bravos tonight. And Rocco Pepe, who hasn't made it out this evening. The 3-1. At the knees for strike 2. So the count goes full. 2 outs in the home half of the 5th. 7-6 is now the Harborhawks lead after the Braves put a 5 spot on the scoreboard in the top half of this inning. Keener looking to finish off a 1-2-3 frame, the 3-2. Tap to short. Here comes Matt Shaw. He fields, sets his feet, and throws a strike to Brito at first to retire the side in the 5th. So the Bravos offense throws 5 across the plate. Seth Keener and the Bravos defense hold the Hyannis Harborhawks to a 1-2-3 inning. And here come the Braves back to the bats with all the momentum as we begin the 6th. Up next on the Born Braves Radio Network. T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve. That's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military, veterans, and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
For the first time since 2019, the Fold Cape Cod League playoff slate is back. Last season, just 2 teams from the East and West Division respectively played in the shortened playoff format, but this year there will be a full 8-team slate. 4 teams from the East and West will get a shot at the title. The Braves have missed the postseason just once since 2007 and look to make another run back to the title game in 2022, a series they lost a season ago. It's the Cape Cod League playoffs and they're back in full swing for the first time in 3 years. Live baseball every night. It's another summer on Cape Cod.
7-6 is your score as we begin the visiting half of the 6th inning. The Braves, who trailed 7-1 in the top of the 5th, scored 5 the last time they were at the dish. And then Seth Keener, the Braves pitcher, who has been really, really good out of the bullpen, set the Harborhawks down in order. So here comes the Braves offense looking to tie or take the lead down by just a single run in the 6th inning.
And this game may not have started how the Braves and Scotlanders would have wanted to, but the way it's fallen together here at the midway point, Scotlanders has to feel like he's got the momentum on his side with Keener on the mound, and that 5-run inning where the Braves have really were able to put on pressure on this Hyannis bullpen.
The batter is Brito, driver's first pitch. A slider that misses upstairs for ball 1. So not only do the Braves have the momentum after sending 11 runners to the plate last inning, they have 3-4-5 here to start the 6th. The 1-0 is a cross on a slider at the knees for strike 1.
The driver's going to have to get his command going real quickly here. Again, cannot afford to be allowing any more free passes.
The 1-1 to Brito, in on the hands, fouled away right into the mitt of Ruiz, and the count goes to 1-2. It seems like this is a really good matchup here for Brito. Righty on righty, I know it's tough with the sidewinder, but that slider just seems to be sitting up there, and Brito loves that pitch. This one, though, is tapped to third. Jeb behind the bag, makes the field, and throws a long throw across the diamond to retire Brito by 2 steps and get the first out of this inning.
And this is a Harbor Hawks pitching staff that has really struggled over the last couple games. We mentioned on the pregame show they've allowed 16 over their last 2 contests, all of them earned. Entering last Wednesday's game, just a couple days ago against the Braves, they entered with a 1.65 ERA over their previous 7 games. But that has gone out the window over the last couple of nights, and it was one of the keys to the game coming into this evening. Take advantage of that struggling pitching staff, and the Braves really have 6 runs through 5.
The batter is now Josh Moylan, who looks at a ball missed away. Moylan doesn't have a hit to this point on the night, but did deliver a sacrifice fly to the left fielder Flores to drive home the Braves' second run of the night in Bryce Eblin back in the 5th. The 1-0. On the outside corner, it continues to be a pitcher-friendly strike zone as the count goes to 1-1. So Brito batting. Instead, it's Moylan batting with nobody on and 1 gone. The pitch is grounded to second. Here comes Moore. He scoops and makes the toss over to first. It's an easy ground out, and 2 are gone here in the 6th.
And when Driver's at his best, he's going to be inducing balls on the ground right here, a couple of them to open up this inning. Because that sends up Hensler to the plate right here, and that's what he needs. Just like we talked about with Keener, a bounce-back 1-2-3 frame to eliminate any sort of threat the Braves could get brewing here.
So Driver, who put a stop on the Braves' run in the 6th, instead in the 5th inning, has now gotten his first 2 outs here in the 6th and now deals with Wyatt Hensler. First pitch to him is a slider on the corner for strike 1.
And that's the pitch that he needs to get going. You mentioned he's been hanging it a couple of times in constant breaks. The Braves have been out in front of it. If you could locate it on that outer third of the plate knee-high like he just did to Hensler, that is huge.
The 0-1. This time he goes to the inside as now he's got Hensler in the rocking chair. Outside on pitch 1, inside on pitch 2. And quickly back on the mound is Driver looking to put the Braves to bed down in order here in the 6th. The 0-2. Another slider, this time on the outside part of the plate, outside the zone, but Hensler couldn't keep the hands back and takes a swing and a miss at it. And that is a big 1-2-3 bounce-back inning for the Hyannis pitching staff and Jay Driver, and the score remains 7-6 Hawks as they bat for the 6th time tonight on the other side of the commercial break. Missed the biggest part of the game? Don't worry, the Bravos have you covered. Catch the call of the game on the Braves Twitter @BoardBraves to hear the night's biggest moment. From big-time strikeouts to crazy web gems, game-winning home runs, and more, whether you hear it for the first time or you just want to relive the magic, the call of the game will bring back the best moment from the night that was.
Free! It's a word you don't hear often, but it's the only word in the Cape Cod League. Every single game on the Cape is free, which means you can bring the entire family, extended family, and the extended family for no charge at Doran Park or to any other game on the Cape. Catch the best collegiate summer league in the nation for absolutely no charge all summer long.
Cape Cod League Baseball is back on the New England Sports Network in 2022. Nesson will feature 5 Cape League games on its airwaves this season, the first of which comes on June 30th when the Braves take on the Falmouth Commodores, and then the Nesson crew comes to Doran Park on July 21st when the Braves host the Wareham Gatemen. All Cape League games on Nesson start at 7, and the station will also feature the league's All-Star Game. It's the best summer baseball in the nation, and it's live on the same station as the Boston Red Sox all summer long.
Time to go back to the park. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
7-6, Hyannis clinging to a 1-run lead in the home half of the 6th inning. as Seth Keener, who's retired 8 straight Hawks, is now back to work. And his first pitch to Moore is fouled off his foot for strike one, as Moore is definitely feeling that one, hopping around. Pogo sticking in that right-handed batter's box.
And what was initially a battle of the offenses over the last couple innings has quickly turned into a battle of two bullpens right here. And I think Keener, at the very least, will give the Braves some length here. Not sure about Driver. They had a right-hander warming up in the bullpen earlier, but again, trying to keep this a one-run leader of the Harbor Hawks. The Braves trying to just keep this a one-run deficit so they can find themselves with a favorable opportunity to get back the lead.
The 0-1 below the zone for ball one. Braves trail this game 7-1 in the 5th inning, but a 5-run 5th makes this a 7-6 deficit where we sit in the home half of the 6th inning. Keener, who has retired every batter he's faced, is up against Moore here with a 1-1 count, who hits one deep into right field. Moylan going back, first time he's being tested, and he makes a belt-high basket catch for the first out of this inning. It didn't look smooth, but it was effective for out number one.
And I think Scott Landers was getting away with hiding Moylan out there in right field for just some time. Moore gave this one a ride out to left field, made the basket catch just at his waist height as this continued to slice on him. Again, had some carry out there, 358 feet down that right field line. Anywhere else, I think that's flirting with the warning track at the very least right there.
And I'm sure Dr. Defense will tell you he can play any position on the field. Moylan makes the catch in right field, and the first pitch is to Matulia is in there, a strike at the belt, as Keener climbs ahead of another Harbor Hawks batter.
Moylan looked like a tight end going into the end zone right there, catching that down by his waist.
Doing his best Tony Gonzalez impression. The 0-1 to Matulia. Swing and a miss. It goes to 0-2.
So now 9 in a row retired by Keener here. And it's been very aggressive with the strike zone as well. Very coincidental with how aggressive they've been offensively.
The 0-2 is spoiled back. Keener already with 3 punch-outs to this point, 1 in every inning he's pitched. Starting with a couple runners in scoring position and 1 out in the 3rd when he got back-to-back outs. Then a 1-2-3 5th, a 1-2-3 4th in front of that as he pitches now in the 6th, the 0-2. In there, but Matulia keeps his hands back, and we'll see another pitch, 1-2.
That was a really good take right there, a sharp breaking ball that was twisting towards his back foot. He had dropped that bat off the shoulder, got into the slot, but was able to hold back.
Keener working with some serious gusto on the mound right now. His 1-2 coming to the Louisiana Tech center fielder. Upstairs at the letters for ball 2. Crowd is definitely thinned out as we play into the 8 o'clock hour in just the 6th inning here at McKeon Park. The 2-2. Another close pitch that missed away again. The count has gone full, and Wood Hyannis love their 9-hitter to get on base for Mitch Jebb in the top of the Hawks order.
Absolutely, and Matulia has a ton of speed as well, and the Jebb, Janis, Shanuel trio has been really effective for them so far.
The full count pitch, a fastball that skips in, bouncing off the plate, and it's a walk to the 9-hitter Matulia. He'll be on with 1 out and 1 on here in the 6th.
And that breaks the stretch of 9 in a row retired from Keener. He's going to look to bounce back right here, but it's going to be tough against Mitch Jebb, who's doubled already tonight. He's tough to double up, swinging from the left side and with his speed as well.
You can never be confident that you're going to be able to get Mitch Jebb out. Everything this guy hits is hard on a line, including his double in the 1st inning and his torched ground out to end the 3rd. Matulia gets his lead off of first. He is going. Jebb squares to bunt, doesn't get it down, pulls back, and Matulia slides in after no throw was made by Espinal, who couldn't cleanly make the transfer. So Matulia swipes second, 3rd steal of the season, and he'll be in scoring position for Hyannis, his leader, and Mitch Jebb at the plate.
And that was the 3rd stolen base of the night against Espinal as well. This Harbor Hawks base running crew continues to be incredibly aggressive on the base paths and now base it away from getting some much-needed insurance here in the 6th.
So Keener now has to fight. The 1-0 as Jebb squares again is a ball in the dirt as Jebb pulls back, and the count goes 2-0 on Hyannis, his leading hitter.
And a couple nights ago, we saw him drag himself on for a base hit, bunting it past the mound on the second base side. Looked like he was trying to do the same right there. but a pitch down and in a good take.
Now it's a chance to do damage. The 2-0 pitch. Keener sets and delivers. 3-0 as it misses in the dirt. You don't want to push Mitch Jebb on first base. He has already stolen a base when he walked in the third inning. A frame where he batted twice after the Hawks sent 10 batters to home plate. Let's see if he gets the green light ahead 3-0 here on Seth Keener. Matulia leads off a second. The pitch. Taking all the way, a fastball that's picture perfectly placed across the belt of Jebb for strike one.
And you cannot put Jebb on right here just because you have Janice and Shanuel coming up on deck.
7-6 is the Hyannis lead as the Harbor Hawks look to put 2 runners on base here in the home half of inning number 6, the 3-1. Breaking ball that just curls across the plate for strike 2. What a big-time pitch that was as he catches Jebb off balance, thinking a fastball was coming in a fastball count. So Keener now just 1 pitch away from spoiling what looked like a big inning for Hyannis. If he can keep Mitch Jebb on base, that would be a big boost to keep a 0 on the scoreboard here in the 6th. The pitch. Misses down low. He walked him on a breaking ball in the dirt. And Jebb, like he always does, makes the sprint in the 90 feet, stomps on the first base bag, and he'll be there with 2 runners on base, 1 runner out. And here is Justin Janis, the former Big Ten batting champion.
And we saw back in that lengthy third inning with the triple off the bat of Pepe, this team can run, and you have 2 of your better base runners on the team, and Matulia at second and Jebb at first base, and Janis, who's due to find a gap right now if he can. Hyannis could quickly take their big league back.
So here comes Brad Cook to talk to Seth Keener, who was cruising. Retired his first 8 Harbor Hawks, but allowed a walk to the 9-hitter Matulia, then lost a battle with Mitch Jebb, the leadoff man. So runners are on first and second here in a 1-run game in the 6th. Hyannis, who led this game at 1.7-1, trying to grab a hold of this game again with 2 runners on base and just 1 gone in the 6th inning.
And Janis singled back in the first inning. Since then, has grounded out to the shortstop and shot twice. So that's what Sharp is going to be looking to induce right here. Garnered that was against a left-hander in Furtado, so a little bit of a different look, and Keener stuff plays differently. But Janis has been fairly quiet against the Braves so far this year, now 3 for 14. They'd love to keep it that way.
Under cotton candy skies here as we approach the 8:30 hour. Lights definitely in play. 7-6 your score. Runners on first and second with 1 gone for the batter in Justin Janis. Janis was the first batter that Keener faced in the 4th when he got him ground out to third. The pitch is rolled through the right side, a base hit. Matulia touches third. He's chugging for home. The throw is up the line, not in time. He scores standing up, and Hyannis opens the lead back up again. It's now 8-6 in the 6th.
And Janis got all of that one right there. A steamer through the right side of the infield. Eblin, the second baseman, was ranging up the middle in double play depth, so there was no chance for him to get it. Only came up with a good throw, but it was a little bit up the line, and the catcher in Espinal couldn't hand it cleanly, but at that point, either way, Matulia was going to come around and score.
So Justin Janis delivers his second hit of the night. And now here's Nolan Shamuel, who's 1 for 2 on the evening. A single and a run scored, part of that 6-run Hyannis third inning. Hawks with runners on the corners with 1 gone in an 8-6 game in the home half of the 6th inning. And here comes Scott Landers, and that looks like the night will be over for Seth Keener. Landers making the point out to the bullpen, and Seth Keener's night is, in fact, done. So Hyannis grabs an 8-6 lead and has a chance to do a lot more damage here in inning number 6 as they have runners on the corners with just 1 out for their number 3 batter, Nolan Shamuel.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50/50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bornbraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Born Braves, or head to @BornBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BornBraves and use the hashtag Player of the Game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third baseline, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand.
Hi, this is Reese Sharp from Indiana University, right-handed pitcher, and this is Born Braves Baseball.
So add another weight to the seesaw as we continue to go back and forth here at McKeon Park tonight. 8-6 is now the Hyannis lead as they pushed across a run here in inning number 6. And Seth Keener, who retired 8 straight batters to start this game, gets his night ended as Hyannis now has runners on first and third with just one out, looking to grow their lead that at one time tonight was 6 runs and now just sits at 2.
It's going to be Tyler Vogel coming into this game, inheriting a real tough spot. Scott Landers and the rest of the Braves need him right here. This will be his last outing of the summer, so fitting that he comes in a high-leverage spot, as he has been in high-leverage situations almost every outing so far this season. 1-0 record with a 1.12 ERA. He's allowed just 1 run through 8 innings of work, 8 strikeouts to 5 walks on 2 hits. And this will be the second time he's faced Hyannis this summer. Faced them back on the 28th when an inning and 2/3 did not allow a hit, and retired all the 5 batters he faced in order.
The batter is Nolan Samuel, the DH tonight. Janis leads off of first, Jeb off of third. From the belt, Vogel sets his first pitch. Fastball down low for ball 1. So Keener allowed just 1 hit, but 2 walks in this inning. 1 has already come around to score. That was Matulia. And now Jeb, who took the second ball for this frame, waits on third. Janis, who singled, is on first. The 1-0 to the batter, Samuel. Nowhere near the zone, upstairs for ball 2.
He's thrown that fastball a couple times here first, overthrowing it a little bit, missing down and in. Then I think trying to make that adjustment as it backed up a little bit and missed well up and away. You'd have to find the middle ground right here, but it's going to be tough. Hitters count to Shanuel.
2 on, 1 out, 2-0 pitch in a 2-run game here in the 6th. Curveball that just beautifully drops at the knees for strike 1.
And that was filthy through the exact same arm speed of that fastball. Incredibly deceptive. After seeing it twice previously up and out of the zone, tunneled that perfectly as it dropped right over the middle of the plate.
Samuel, who was 2 for 3 against the Braves the other night, looks at another curveball, drop in the same exact spot. And Vogel, after having trouble spotting that fastball, has gone to the good old Uncle Charlie and has crossed home plate twice with that pitch.
And not a bad spot to triple up on it and bury it in the dirt after dropping it up over the middle of the plate a couple of times.
Boy, would the Braves love a strikeout. The 2-2. Another curveball, and it drops in the dirt, but Samuel just gets the smallest lace of that ball as he hangs around. That was filthy, but the FAU DH hangs around.
Really good pitch, got him to chase, just got a piece off the end of the bat.
3 straight hooks. What does he come with on the 2-2? Fastball this time in the zone, but Samuel fights it off down the third baseline, and he'll see another 2-2 pitch.
And this has to be a very uncomfortable at-bat for Samuel right now. That fastball at the top of the zone took that one out of the glove of Espinal, just fouling it down that third base line. After going after that breaking ball, you really don't know what Vogel's going to give you right here. He's been able to show you both of his A pitches.
8-6 is your score. 2 runners on, just 1 man out here in the home half of the 6th, the 2-2. Curveball spoiled away. This is a really good fight.
And a similar spot to the one that he foul tipped that pitch on a couple of hurls ago. This one at about the ankle height. Was a little bit more out in front, rolled over it, fouled on that first base side.
Oh, would Tyler Vogel love to induce an unproductive out? Braves trail 8-6. Vogel looking to keep that score right where it stands. Hyannis has runners on first and third. Here's the 2-2. Not even near the zone. A fastball got away from Vogel that time, and we've gone full.
And Janis over there at first base does not have a stolen base this season. Not one of the faster runners on this team, but a 3-2 count. We know how aggressive they are. Hyannis may want to put something in action.
Big spot in this game. The 3-2 pitch coming to Samuel. Curveball roped right at the second baseman, Eblin, who takes it off the chest on a hop, goes to second to get the force play there, but no throw by Shaw to go back to first. So it's a fielder's choice RBI as Jeb scores from third. Samuel is on, and it's a 9-6 Harbor Hawks lead.
Second RBI of the night for Shanuel, his 11th on the season. And this was a tough play for Eblin. Top spinning line drive that caught him a little bit in between, which went to his advantage at first because Janis had to hold to make sure he didn't catch it, then tried to charge it aggressively and pick it on that in-between hop, chested it up, got the force easy at second, but Shanuel was able to beat it out as that was a slow developing play.
So Hyannis going to the bench now. Cole McConnell will pinch hit for Tito Flores. With 2 runs home in this 6th inning, Hyannis has opened their lead back up to a field goal. It's 9-6. First pitch to McConnell is hit high and very shallow out to left field. In foul territory, Malone ranges over and makes the shoulder-high catch to retire the side in the 6th. But not before Hyannis grabs 2 runs back, and they lead it 9-6, headed to the 7th at McKeon Park.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Bourne Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bournebraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Bourne Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bournebraves.org.
Cape Cod League Baseball is live. The Bourne Braves are in action.
So the Braves with more work to do here in the home half and said road half of the 7th. The Braves down by 3, 9-6 after Hyannis puts 2 runs across home plate in their half of the 6th. Jay Driver, who's really been a stop payment on this Hyannis pitching staff, has held the Braves right where they are after coming into this ball game. Great job in relief. Will now face Brendan Malone, who looks at the first pitch strike across home plate.
And the Braves need to answer back just as they did back in that 5th inning. Again, down by 3 now. When you score 5 and 1, 3 doesn't seem like too much.
Malone watches this one miss down low for ball 1.
But a good opportunity here to insert yourself back into this game. Had a good opportunity back in the last inning and squandered it.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball at the letters for strike 2. It'll be Malone, Roccaforte, and Peck here in the 7th. Driver working with tempo out of the wind. He kicks and delivers. Fastball outside, ball 2. Two. Inside 3-2. So would the Braves love a base runner here to start off this 7th as they try to claw their way back from another deficit, this time down 3, 9-6, inning number 7. The full count offering. On the inside corner, ball 4, and Malone walks on 6 pitches as the Braves have Malone on to start this game in the 7th.
And the walks were what helped them get through that long fifth inning. And I shouldn't say walks, but the deep counts. And again, Malone was able to work that one full spin on a curveball that backed up a little bit, maybe came close to biting that inside corner. A real tough take, but just the start that you're looking for if you're Scott Landers and the rest of this Braves crew.
As the first pitch to Rockefort outside. Malone hasn't attempted a stolen base for the Braves this season, but the running Bravos would like to kick that into first gear, down by 3 runs in the 7th. McConnell, the pinch hitter in the last inning, stays in this game. He's now in center field for Hyannis. The center fielder in Matilia moving to right, and Pepe goes from right to left. Rockefort ahead in the count here, 2-0. As the Braves look to keep the line moving. It's been a very productive night from the bottom of this Bravos order. Rockefort 0 for 2, but did reach on a walk in that big 4th inning. The 2-0. Hit high, but not very deep in his shallow left field. Pepe is under it. He can't see it. He loses in the twilight, and it's not even close to him. Lands harmlessly 20 feet to his left. It's a double for Rockefort, a stand-up double. In the twilight zone coming out tonight at McKeon Park. It's a gift for the Bravos, and they have runners on second and third with nobody out in the inning.
And Carson Rockefort came into yesterday without an extra base hit. Now he's got 2, and he'll take it no matter what. Again, Tito Flores losing this one in the twilight. This one was hit very high, too, over the lights. So he put both palms to the sky, could not see it. And the Braves need to take advantage of this break now. John Peck finding himself in another good spot to drive in a run just as he did back in the 5th inning.
So Pepe, who spent all night in right field, loses a ball in the lights, in the twilight, as we play at dusk here in the 7th inning in his first play in left field. He wasn't even close to that ball.
That had to be at least 25, 30 feet towards his right. He was about straight away in left, and this one was maybe 10 feet or so off of the left field line.
That was a can of corn, but the Hyannis left fielder never saw it. So runners are now on second and third for John Peck. Doesn't face Driver, who throws a fastball down the heart of the plate. Driver's been really solid for Hyannis out of the bullpen. But the Braves looking to make that misplay by the Harbor Hawks left fielder really sting in the top half of the 7th inning. Up tall stance from Peck in the back of the right-handed batter's box. From the chest, the pitch. Outside corner, but gets to the zone for strike 2.
And maybe Peck was looking for one of those hanging sliders over those first 2 pitches, because those were 2 fastballs at about the belt height that he took. And now you got to wonder if Driver gives him that for a 3rd time, or maybe does try to give him that slider and make it a chase pitch.
Peck, the only guy in the Braves lineup tonight who has not recorded an out. 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. The 0-2 from Driver. Up at the hands for ball 1.
And you could see he was anticipating that slider and potential front door break. This was a fastball up and in that crossed about at the letter height, and he got into that slot, I think, thinking that this was going to break over the inside corner, but instead it went the opposite way. A really good take.
Braves and Harbor Hawks meeting for the 4th of 6 times this season. Bravos looking to get the Hawks for the first time this year. The 0-2, though, is by Peck, who takes a swing and a miss at a fastball up and out of the zone. It's a big-time strikeout, an unproductive out by Peck, and the runners remain on second and third for Alan Espinal.
And Espinal found himself in another big spot back in the 5th inning as well, and he struck out. So another chance for him. The middle infielder's playing back, and if you're the Braves, just trying to at least get one of these runs in. Again, you cannot squander a second and third nobody out spot. Ground ball to one of the middle infielders does the job. Fly ball should as well.
Braves down 3, 9-6 in the 7th. This one's rolled to short. It'll get the run in. Patelli takes it off the chest, recovers, and makes the throw across the diamond as it's a productive out by Alan Espinal. And it's a 9-7 game as Malone crosses home plate.
And Rockefort moves to third on the play, so a base hit right here from Eblin brings the deficit back down to 1 run. And again, maybe not the exact result you're looking for, but with Espinal's struggles offensively, the Braves will take it.
So 9-7 here with 2 gone in the 7th inning on what has been an exciting night here at McKeon Park. Braves scoring just a single run in all 3 of the first contests against Hyannis this season. A 7 spot on the scoreboard, but still down by 2. First pitch to Eblin. Check swing off the nub of the bat, and it rolls foul for strike 1.
Eblin has had 3 productive plate appearances in his total of 4, 2 singles, and then the bases loaded walk back in the 6th inning. Again, a wide open left side of the infield. Jeb playing in for the bunt. Shortstop and Patelli ranging well up the middle.
Rocket Fort leans off at third. Driver out of the wind. Really good pitch at the knees for strike 2. So the count goes to 0-2 on Bryce Eblin. And would the Braves love to extend this inning to Matt Shaw, who waits on deck? Work to be done here as the Braves' second baseman is in a pretty big hole, 0-2. Out of the wind, driver kicks and delivers. Fastball inside, it caught his shoulder, it hit him, and the Braves will bring Matt Shaw to home plate as Espinal, instead Eblin, takes a hit by pitch. He'll be on first. Rockefort stays on third, and the Braves bring the go-ahead run to the plate in the 7th inning.
That's got to be at least the 5th time in the last week and a half we've seen a pitcher, either a Braves arm or an opposing arm, hit a batter ahead 0-2. And again, this one just nicked the front elbow, it looked like, of Eblin. So here comes Shaw, another good opportunity for him. Struck out with a couple runners on in the 6th, has a chance to chip away, if not tie this game or give the Braves the lead.
Bryce Eblin out of the leadoff spot tonight, on for his 4th time. He's on first after being hit by the pitch. A threat to steal with 2 gone as the Braves trail at 7-9 here in the 7th inning. First pitch to Shaw. Really good pitch there on the outside corner for strike 1.
They continue to pitch him away, which has been his strength this year, driving the ball the other way. But Driver has that running fastball inside. Maybe going to try now and get it into the hands of Shaw and force some soft contact.
Braves looking for some Matt Shaw magic. The pitch down low for ball 1. Eblin hasn't attempted a steal tonight. He's on first base. Rocket Fort's on third. 2 are gone here in the 7th inning. The Braves down 9-7. Eblin now going. Ruiz won't even attempt to throw. It's a defensive indifference as Espinal takes the 90 feet. Instead, Eblin takes the 90 feet. And the runners will be on second and third here for Matt Shaw.
I think he saw the shortstop of Patelli and the second baseman DeMoore playing just about straight up, not near the bag at all, so knew he had that bag without a play.
Rocket Ford on third. Eblin on second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Another home run cut there by Matt Shaw. And the count evens at 2-2.
And that's a big play from Eblin right there. Puts the tying run in scoring position. Base hit more than likely gives the Braves the also-important 9th run here.
2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. Braves down by 2. Here it is. Another big rip fouled off the mask of Ruiz, the catcher. And the count stays the same.
Got a pitch over the middle third of the plate right there, and he was on it, fouling it just straight back. Haven't seen the slider too much here from Driver. If you're Shaw, you got to know it's coming at some point, just a matter of when.
A base hit would tie this game with the speedy Eblin leading off a second. Driver looking to cap off a gutsy performance. Out of the wind, T deals the pitch. At the top of the zone, it clipped it on a slider. Shaw is caught looking, and the Braves strand the tying run at second base. Bravos get a run back. It's now 9-7 as we're in the middle of the 7th, and we're going to Ethan Frank, who's got a special guest down on the sideline.
Oh, I've got a very special guest here, Calvin, here with Braves relief pitcher Reese Sharp. Reese, how are you on this fine evening?
I'm doing great. This is a great baseball game. You know, we're losing, but, you know, the Braves are never finished.
If you could describe this game in 3 words or less, how would you so far?
Long, fun, and long.
Long, fun, long. That's how Reese Sharp would describe this baseball game. Okay, a couple of quick questions here while we have you. Seeds or gum?
Oh. Are we talking bubble gum or chewing gum?
Whatever you would have in the dugout.
All right, so we have bubble gum. And in that case, I'm going to go seeds because the bubble gum just, you know, the flavor just doesn't last long, man.
All right.
You're constantly, you know, spilling up trash, double bubbles everywhere. There's no trash can in the dugout. So I'm gonna have to go seeds.
All right, favorite movie?
Ooh, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Black Pearl.
So you're a big fan
Curse of the Black Pearl.
You're a big fan of Johnny Depp. Were you invested in Johnny Depp's recent activities?
You know, not really, but, you know, it popped up on my TikTok page a few times.
But you're a big fan. You're a big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love that. Love the series. Great movie series. And I think Johnny Depp did a great job playing Captain Jack Sparrow. Is one of my favorite characters of all time.
All right, last one before we head out. Favorite TV show.
Ooh, Breaking Bad.
All right, there you have it. That's Reese Sharp,
Jesse.
Braves right-handed relief pitcher. Thank you so much for joining us.
Jesse. Take it off me.
Fantastic stuff, Ethan. That was fantastic.
Thanks so much to Reese for the time. You pulled out the 5 Ds of dodgeball there.
Do you
long, fun, and long.
Do you know who Jesse is? I don't, but
Nope, but Reese does, and that's all that matters. Back to the action here, 9-7. The Braves in a hole in the home half of the 5th. The batter is the shortstop Patelli. As Tyler Vogel, back out for his second inning of work, drops a curveball over the plate for strike 1.
Vogel got into some trouble back in that last inning of work that he inherited. But looking for a clean inning right here. Going to get 6, 7, and 8.
Patelli's pitch that he looks at is up above the zone for ball 1.
And make that 5, 6, and 7, bottom of the order. Will be more in Matulia if the inning could extend that far at 8 and 9.
Braves are going to keep this game right where it is in a 9-7 hole. The pitch. On the corner, a dot there by Vogel for strike 2. This is Tyler Vogel's last appearance in a Braves uniform. Off to the draft coming up in a couple of weeks. Now really only just a week away or so. Looking to punch out Patelli, the 1-2. He does just that. He blows a pitch by him at the letters for strike 3. The first strikeout of the night for Tyler Vogel, and one is retired here in the 7th.
And after seeing a heavy diet of curveballs, it looked like a slider at the top of the zone that he got Patelli to swing underneath of right there. A little bit out in front as well after that heater that he'd been riding up in that top portion of the zone as well. So a good start here for Vogel. That's his first strikeout.
So one man gone, bottom half of inning number 7. And that brings up the catcher, Pancho Ruiz. First pitch comes inside and hits the helmet of Ruiz. He was curling away. It was an off-speed pitch coming up and in, but hit the back of the black San Diego State helmet on the top of his head as he shakes it off and now slowly trots down to first, but a scary moment there.
Absolutely. We saw it happen to Wyatt Hensler a couple days ago as well. Fortunately enough for Wyatt, it hit him on the front part of the helmet that time. You mentioned it. Ruiz was showing his numbers towards the pitcher's mound, so his neck area and the bottom part of his head that was exposed from the helmet was wide open right there, and it looks like it got the bottom part of the helmet, which is the good news, but still never fun. But it looks like Ruiz is okay, which is the good news.
So he's on first base with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th, and here comes Rocco Pepe. He's got a triple and 3 runs batted in on his line tonight. Seeing Vogel for the first time, who sets at the belt and now steps off as Espinal comes out to talk to his pitcher. We talked about Brendan Malone's bat earlier, but what do you think about this bat by Rocco Pepe? It looks more like a candy cane or maybe a croquet stick.
I was going to say, it looks like one of those custom bats you can use in MLB The Show. It's got, what are we going to call that, lime green?
Yeah, lime green base, I'd say.
Yes, and then some red stripes. It's got kiwi vibes to me, for sure.
All right. Well, he's looking to do damage with his team up 9-7, 1 out, 1 on in the 7th. Took a swing to do damage there, but came up empty on a breaking ball for strike 1. Pepe did break his bat in his last at-bat. Got a new stick, and he got it from the candy factory. The 0-1. On the corner, another pretty pitch there. It's 0-2.
And Vogel's been pinpointing coming out of this inning right here. Every fastball he's thrown for a called strike, it seems, has been at the knee height, particularly on that outer third of the plate, glove side to right-handed hitters.
Crowd is definitely thinned as we play late in the game, 7th inning. But regardless of how long you came out to this one, I guarantee you've seen something you haven't seen in a while. It's been a lot of fun. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Espinal. Good job, as the catcher in Ruiz isn't going anywhere. Hit off the throwing hand of Espinal. He's got to shake that off as he hands the ball back to the home plate umpire.
And that's always a tough one right there. Trying to tuck that right hand behind your glove, and maybe that thumb part, the right portion of his right hand, was a little bit exposed and hit him right in that thumb area as he now goes to the third base chalk to rub his fingers on it. I think also trying to get a nail polish effect, maybe a little bit hard to pick up signs right now.
Looks like the Braves are still going with those traditional signs. Haven't flipped over to the night signals we've seen them use a couple of times this year. As the lights definitely are the reason we're playing this game. Here past the 8:30 mark. Vogel looking for a second strikeout of the inning. The 1-2 coming to Pepe. Chopped through the left side of the infield, a base hit, as Pepe roped that one through the hole, and Hill's on first base as back-to-back base runners for Hyannis put men on first and second with one out.
Probably hit the pink portion barrel of that bat right there. He's hit that hard through the six-hole. Shaw was ranging up the middle right there. At first, I thought he may have had a chance to get there. Took a couple of aggressive steps towards his right. Watched it sear past him in the left field for a base hit. So Vogel's going to need another ground ball right here against Christian Moore.
Moore with a 1-for-3 night to this point, a single and a stolen base in the third inning. Vogel's first pitch to him. Drops in a curveball for strike one.
And that curveball almost buckling me over here, at least.
It's
from the first
buckling
base
you.
I was going to say, is the same exact arm speed from the same exact arm slot. It's really deceptive. It's been really good tonight.
You can't be buckled. You're calling a game. It's been a good pitch for Vogel tonight, though, as he uses it to get ahead of Moore. Now 0-1. Swinging a ground ball off the end of the bat, up the middle. Eblin Fields touches second himself and makes the throw across his body for a 4-3 double play. And on one swing of the bat, the Braves are quickly out of the seventh inning. Vogel does his job and keeps it just a 2-run deficit for the Braves, but the Braves bats have work to do when we come back on the Born Braves Radio Network.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you're away from Doran Park by visiting our website at bornbraves.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be kept up to date all year long with the Braves.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
A night at the ballpark is one of the best ways to spend a summer evening with the family. With free admission to Doran Park and every field on the Cape, you can bring along the entire crew to experience a free night of fun at the park. Catch the best collegiate summer baseball league with the whole family all summer long, with tickets starting and ending at $0. To find the full Braves schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org.
Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Bourne Braves, and that is at the Bourne Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Born Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Born Braves.
This is Ryan Fisher, right-handed pitcher, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Go Born Braves.
Top half of the eighth inning, 9-7. Harbor Hawks, your scores. We have a lot of offense tonight. Max Tanzer joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo. So substitutions here into the game for the Harbor Hawks. Defensively speaking, it's Ricky Nishida in at second base, who we saw as a substitution back late on Wednesday night. And then Calvin alluded to it earlier, but just to remind you, Pepe now in left, McConnell in center, and Matsulia in right. A new pitcher on the mound right now in Ty Langerberg as well.
Yeah, Langenberg looking to keep this game where it is, in line for a 6-out save. It looks like it is his night. No one's warming up in the Hyannis bullpen. But as fast as everyone, there's been 16 runs cross home plate tonight, but as fast as all the base runners have been running the bases, the fastest thing that's happened tonight is with a buy one, get one hot pretzels running out at the snack shack.
First pitch to Chris Brito is swung on and missed for strike one.
They made the announcement, buy one, get one hot pretzels now in the snack shack. Get them while they're available. They were gone in an instant. You snap your eye. No more hot pretzels. And I get it. I've been there.
0-1, breaking ball down away. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. You'd think that there would be someone to help you out.
Yeah.
get you one.
We have a plethora of people around the broadcast.
Need that energy. It's been a long game tonight. Langenberg from the line, turns, kicks in, tosses. Here's his 1-1 pitch to Brito. Fastball, take it for a strike at the knees. 1-2 the count.
And I'll tell you this, a certain intern that's never been picked off in a college game was picked off in the Snack Shack line for buying his meal too early.
Unbelievable. Who would have thought? That that goes on the baseball reference page, so it'll be up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here on Brito. Langenberg kicks and tosses his pitch. Breaking ball just misses a bit inside. 2-2 the count. Langenberg, the 4th pitcher used tonight for the Harbor Hawks. Again, what was a 1-1 tie pitching duel on Wednesday between these two teams has flipped on its head, a 9-7 game in favor of Hyannis here in the 8th. 2-2, breaking ball, bends down and away, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brito 0 for 2 tonight, is walked twice, flew out to right and also grounded out to third. Braves need base runners, but love him at first base to open up this frame. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a foul straight back. Count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. This game started what seems like days ago, where the Harbor Hawks got on the board in the bottom of the 2nd inning on a wild pitch. It's the 3-2 again. Is swung on a hit high in the air, deep left center field. Pepe taking a couple steps towards his left. He's there. He'll camp underneath to make the catch waist high for out number 1. So Brito retired to open up the inning. Langenberg retires the first hitter he faces. So that sends up Josh Moylan to the plate. But now we've seen a combined 16 runs, a combined 18 hits, 2 errors from the Bourne side of things as well. A couple of those resulting in some runs, too. The E1 on the pitcher and Furtado, who started this game, allowed Dominic Pitelli to get all the way to third base, who scored on a wild pitch. That was the first run of the night. It's the first pitch on the way to Moylan is a fastball that clips the top of the zone. 0-1 the count. The second one, and I think this one is getting buried here because of the Braves' lengthy 5-run inning, was that wild triple off the bat of Rocco Pepe.
Smoked.
To left center field, which was the biggest play of the game thus far. 0-1, fastball on the outside corner, strike 2. 0-2 the count. That was a triple with the bases loaded to left center. The 3 runners in Ruiz, Pitelli, and McConnell scored with ease. And make that was Flores at the time. McConnell came into the game later for him. And then Pepe himself was able to score on what was an E4 on the same play. As the 0-2 is seared on the ground to second. Nishida just into the game lets this roll past him into right field. So the Braves catch a break for a defense that has been almost perfect this year in the Harbor Hawks. They have the least amount of errors in the Cape Cod League at 15. Suffer a big one right here as that brings the tying run to the plate in Wyatt Hensler.
Really hard hit ball. Nishida had to back up on that one. It kind of skipped off the dart. He thought it was going to take a higher bounce, but it skipped under his glove. So the Braves do put the tying run at home plate in Wyatt Hensler, already with a hit and RBI to his name on the night.
That was a single to left field back in that lengthy 5th inning. Righty on right, Langerberg's first pitch is a fastball that cruises across the inside corner. 0-1 the count. And we mentioned this team has been so stout defensively for the Harbor Hawks. Nishida is in the top third of the team in terms of errors committed. And he was just inserted into the game as defensive replacement for Moore. 0-1, breaking ball, backs up, misses inside. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Langerberg, who comes very much like Driver from a 3/4 arm slot and has a lot of run on that fastball arm side, would love to induce a GB off the bat of Hensler right here. From the belt, Langerberg pauses. Here's his 1-1. Breaking ball popped up, skied third base side, foul ground. Mitch Jebb trailing towards the track. A lot of late carry on this one. Overruns it, it drops. Free life for Wyatt Hensler as Mitch Jebb was camping underneath this one, had a ton of time, overran it, had to readjust backwards, started backpedaling, was out of his reach, and the Braves will take that.
At this time of the night, that ball was hit a mile high. I could have run and ate 4 hot pretzels by the time that ball was hit and came back down. But you can tell off the bat, Jebb was going to have a tough time with that one. It harmlessly falls in foul territory, so now Hensler gets a second life.
So the Braves DH tonight looking to keep this line moving. Brennan Malone on deck. Carson Rockerford in the hole. Langenburn leans for the side. Ball dangling in his right. Brings it into his glove as he comes set. 1-2. Broken bat. Soft liner. Caught by Nishida on a line. He's got Moylan in a rundown. He'll just throw over to first base to get the force. That will retire the side. Tough break for the Braves as they got the break on the E4 from Nishida, but he makes up for it with the 4-3 double play. Running to the bottom of the 8th inning, 9-7. Harbor Hawks, your score here on the Braves Radio Network.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 leg, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
This is Born Braves pitcher Cade Boxrucker, Campbell University, and this is Born Braves baseball.
Bottom half of the 8th inning, 9-7. Harbor Hawks, your score live from McKeon Park. I'm Max Stanzer, joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo. We've had a lot of offense tonight. Been one of the more back-and-forth games the Braves have played this year. And for two teams who have been very strong on the pitching side of things, refreshing to see a lot of offense tonight. So Tyler Vogel comes out for another inning of work. He's going to get 9-1-2 here in the Harbor Hawks lineup as Philip Matulia will lead things off. The Braves thought they had caught in a break back in the 8th inning after Moylan reached on the E4, but then Hensler would promptly line into a broken bat line drive 4-3 double play. Again, it was a tough play for Moylan to read that at first base because it was a broken bat softly hit. Nishida, the second baseman, came into charge. It made the shoestring grab, and by that point, Moylan was already 3/4 the way off the first base bag. First pitch from Moylan on the way to Matulia is swung on and skied up the elevator chute again. Matt Shaw fighting the twilight, ranging onto the outfield grass, will make the catch for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down on one pitch here for Vogel. So that sends up the top of the lineup.
That was another scary one. How many times have we seen a ball hit to the 43rd floor tonight?
I might be thinking we're up towards the 50s, 60s now. Those are
really
scraping the clouds if there were any tonight. A very clear evening here at the ballpark.
I could eat 8 cheese dogs by the time that one was
Oh, so we're thinking cheese dogs now, not the pretzels?
I already ate all the pretzels, and there's no pretzels for
That's
me
why
anyway.
there's no more, because you ate all them,
Well, they're buy one, get one free and hot. I don't think you get that point.
You took advantage of it. First pitch to Mitch Jebb is a fastball taken down low for ball 1. Jebb up for his 5th plate appearance of the night. Has reached base 3 times, a double in the first. Walked twice, both in the 3rd and 6th. The only time he has been retired was a ground out to short to end that 10-batter 4th inning. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball taken down and in, skips to the backstop. Count moves to 2 balls and no strikes.
Did you see that? It hit off the plate, and it hit the top of the backstop. That one almost skipped over the backstop.
And that would have been a perfect opportunity for the Harbor Hawks broadcast crew to get their, not their foul ball, but their wild pitch. As this one is slapped high in the air, shallow right center. Roccaforte trailing in. He'll step underneath this one to make the catch. 2 away. How cool would that be, though? Not catching a foul ball on a broadcast, but catching, we wouldn't even call it a wild pitch, I guess, because there's no runners on, but just a pitch that got away.
Don't veer off the goal here. Okay, tomorrow, back at Doran Park, we got to lock in.
Absolutely.
And manifest.
Well, it's coming. I'm telling you. We've had a couple of pop-ups in our direction tonight that I thought we could make a play on if we could throw these headsets off and run. First pitch to Justin Janis is a breaking ball taken down low for ball 1.
How would we get down?
How would we get down? What do you mean, how would we get down? I'm walking up these bleachers behind us,
Oh,
hopping over.
Here you mean?
Oh, of course. I'm talking about today, yes.
I'm talking at Doran Park.
Currently, we sit on the first base side of the home plate batter circle, and there's been a couple of right-handers who have flirted with some foul balls in our direction as the 1-0 is grounded on the first baseline. Off the bag and over Brito as this will roll down the right field line and in toward the corner. Tapping first and heading for second is Janis. He'll get there standing up. A tough break for the Braves. Is Janis playing tug-of-war with the pillow, picks up an extra base hit, his 3rd knock of the night, as Insurance is in scoring position with 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th for the Harbor Hawks.
And nothing Brito could do there. That would have been a really tough play if it didn't hit the first base bag. but just throw a blindfold on because it hits the first base bag, throws a complete different wrinkle into it. As now Hyannis puts a runner in scoring position. You mentioned it, looking for some insurance.
Here's Nolan Shanuel to the plate, drove in a run with a single back in the third. Also grounded into a 4-3 fielder's choice that drove in a run back in the sixth inning. Here's the first pitch from Vogel. Bites the outside corner with a fastball. 0-1 the count. In the ninth inning, the Braves will be down to their final 3 outs. They'll send up Brendan Malone, Carson Roccaforte, and John Peck, assuming that Scott Landers does not go to his bench. And Evan Slight not available tonight, the hottest hitter on this club. Attending a wedding as we speak. As Vogel settles and fires, his 0-1 is popped up third base side. Third baseman and Peck trailing out towards his right, reaches up to make the backhanded grab. That will retire the side. Vogel evades the 2-out double as that sends us to the top of the ninth inning. Last chance for the Braves as they look to pull off some magic here at McKeon Park. Brendan Malone will lead things off for the Bravos when we return here on the Braves Radio Network.
2021 was a historic season for the Bourne Braves. The Bravos captured the President's Trophy, given to the team with the best regular season record, and rode early success to the West Division title in a trip to the Cape Cod League Championship Series. Now in 2022, the Braves are back and look to replicate the success from a season ago without many of the faces that got them there. It's a whole new season of Bourne Braves baseball. Check out the full schedule on bournebraves.org and come join the party at Doran Park.
The Bourne Braves have enjoyed a long history of offering internships to college students who have worked in a myriad of capacities and performed any number of duties for the organization. Interns support everything from public relations, fundraising and concessions, to field maintenance, internet broadcasting, and baseball operations. The Braves will begin accepting applications for the 2023 season in September. Those interested should visit bournebraves.org.
Let's take you back out to the ball game. It's time for more Bourne Braves baseball.
Langerberg out for another inning. This one, the top of the ninth inning, as he looks to slam the door and pick up the 6-out save as the Braves trail 9-7 here against the Harbor Hawks. The Braves trying to pull off some magic here and pick up their first win against this Hyannis club this year. They enter tonight at 1-0-2. Last hope for the Braves going to be 6, 7, and 8 in their order. Brendan Malone, Carson Roccaforte, and John Peck. As here comes Malone to the right-hander's batter's box, we press play on the top of the ninth. Langerberg shakes off a couple of times. He turns, kicks, and tosses his first pitch. Fastball runs inside. 1-0 count. The Braves felt as if they were back in this game and, in fact, had full control of the momentum after a 5-run fifth inning to push the deficit to 1, that time a 7-6 lead for Hyannis. But they would push across 2 in the sixth inning, while the Braves answered back with 1 in the seventh. The Braves now trail by 2. So the next pitch is taken down and away goes to the backstop for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes the count.
But I got a feeling the Braves aren't going to lay down here in the ninth. They're going to get I guarantee you they're getting the tying run at least to home plate. They're going to get a base runner here in this inning.
Braves lost 6-4 to Orleans last night, looking to snap that one-game skid right here. Here's the 2-0 to Malone. Swinging a hardline drive. Left field, that's through for a base hit as it hops out quickly to the left fielder and Pepe. So here come the Braves in the top of the ninth. Brendan Malone really starting to heat up. He now has 2 hits tonight, has reached base 3 times. So that brings up the tying run of the plate just like that. Here comes Carson Roccaforte, who had a gifted double back in the 7th inning after the left fielder and Pepe on a fly ball skied towards the moon out to straightaway left field. Could not locate the ball with the twilight. And a drop down for a double. The Braves were able to push across 1 run in that inning on the RBI ground out off the bat of Alan Espinal. Currently stands in the hole. John Peck on deck. Roccaforte the tying run at the plate. First pitch is a fastball upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Roccaforte, we mentioned, his double was just his 2nd extra base hit of the summer. In fact, his 2nd in as many nights. But if you go back to his year at Louisiana Lafayette, 30 extra base hits, slugged .671, so he's got a ton of pop. So the 1-0 is sliced foul off to the left side and out of play. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Roccaforte steps out of the box, readjusts his batting gloves. And for what was a tight ending back on Wednesday night in the 1-1 tie where the Harbor Hawks had the winning run in scoring position with less than 2 outs, the Braves looking to put on the same pressure here to Langenberg and the Harbor Hawks this evening here on this Saturday night. 1-1 is grounded to short. Fielded to his right by Patelli. No, it scoots past him in the left field. Heading for second base and getting there. Standing up is Malone. First and second, nobody out for the Braves. The second error charged to this defense for the Harbor Hawks in as many innings. This time an E6 on Patelli.
Here we go. Here we go. Runners on first and second. Nobody out in this inning. The tying run is on first base. Nobody gone. This is going to be some kind of finish here at McKeon tonight.
John Peck was the hero on Wednesday night. Can he be the hero here on Saturday night? Steps into the right-hander's batter's box. Has had a good evening so far. Has reached base 3 times, 2 singles, 1 RBI in the 5th inning as well. Malone at second, Roccaforte at first. Roccaforte the tying run. Jeb playing in. This pitch is swung on and belted. Deep out to left center. McConnell going back. This one is off the base of the wall. Malone will score. Steaming around third is Roccaforte. The throw from Patelli to the plate on a hop tag applied is not in time. To third goes Peck. We got a tie ball game here in the 9th inning at 9. John Peck, my goodness, have a night as he continues to dominate the scene at McKeon Park.
Wow. We knew Peck was going to get into one sooner or later. That ball was smothered with mushrooms and onions. Out to left center field, that was crushed. I thought off the bat it had a chance to get out of there and be a go-ahead 3-run home run. But the Braves will certainly take that. The hit of the season for John Peck, and now he's just 90 feet away as the Braves look to take the lead here in the 9th inning. And what a way. This game's far from over. But if you look ahead, what a steal of a win this would be for the Braves.
No doubt. This was a game the Harbor Hawks led 7-1 at one point.
I feel like Hyannis has won this game 3 times, and the Braves are on the brink of taking the lead in the 9th.
They now have 11 hits and have out-hit the Harbor Hawks. And off the bat, I thought John Peck got that one right there. Out towards deep left center. Remember, it's just 379 feet straight away. Jets out just a little bit in that direction. And then not only that, but Roccaforte was almost gunned down at the plate. That was a really close play where Ruiz, the catcher, applied the tag, but Roccaforte was just able to slide in underneath. So we're going to see a pinch hitter here for Alan Espinal. It'll be Carson Jones, who joined the team just yesterday. Got the start after Elijah Nunez was a late scratch. Picked up a hit in the 9th inning. Flew out to deep center as well. And no surprise, Nigel Belgrave beginning to warm up in the pen for the Braves. Of course, if this game stays tied, would look to keep it that way, but if Jones can drive in Peck from third, would be a save situation. Jones digs in from the left side. First pitch is swung on and slashed foul straight back. 0-1 the count.
Your goal, get something into the outfield. Bring home Peck with a lot of speed from third base. Belgrave warming like you mentioned. Hyannis will bat in this game, regardless of what the score is going to be in the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be McConnell who pinch hit for Flores, and then Patelli and Ruiz.
9-9, top of the 9th. 2 runs already in on the Peck 2-run triple. Infield drawn all the way in. 0-1, Jones shows bunt, whiffs at it. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. Peck, an aggressive secondary. The catcher, Ruiz Tatu, is ready to back pick, but the third baseman, Jeb, was well in front of the bag. So the infield will still be drawn in right here. So the Braves were trying to attempt the safety squeeze. Peck was not going on the pitch.
Bravos with 2 opportunities to get a fly ball. Nobody out, runner on third. Can they find a way to get a productive out and take the lead in the 9th inning?
Wide open stance for Jones as he chokes up on his bat here with 2 strikes. Langerberg trying to keep this game tied as he comes set. 0-2, slash foul off the left side and out of play. Count stays at 0-2. So now 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for Bourne, 9 runs, 10 hits. 2 errors for the Harbor Hawks. Peck with plus speed, 90 feet away at third. A fly ball of almost any depth should be able to do the job. Top of the order, and Bryce Evelyn on deck. Is Langerberg leads it for the sign and settles from the first base side of the rubber. 0-2 is in the dirt. What a stop by the catcher, and Pancho Ruiz gliding towards his right. This ball beat him, but he just jetted his wrists out and was able to knock it down to hold Peck at third. So Jones steps out, takes a deep breath, now steps back in. Just 48 hours ago, wasn't even a member of the club, and here he is finding himself in the midst of one of the tightest spots this offense has found themselves in this season. Here's the 1-2. Fastball taken upstairs, ball 2. Real close take right there by Jones, who almost went after it. The count evens up at 2-2 Crowd is nearly thinned out here at McKeon Park. What was packed full on what was a bright, sunny evening has now turned into an intense night. Here's the light shine bright. 2-2. Swing and a foul straight back. Jones stays alive. Count holds at 2-2.
This is a big-time at-bat right here in a clutch situation. Jones, with his back against the wall, is fighting tooth and nail, trying to get something into the outfield and trying to take the lead for the Braves for the first time tonight in the top of the ninth.
Langerberg could use his strikeout right here. 2-2. Swinging a tapper, hit high off the ground. Nishida picks it on the long hop. Will look at home, but instead go to first base. Safe is Jones. Peck dives in safely to the plate, and the Braves take the lead. It's 10-9 here in the top of the ninth inning. Carson Jones, what a tremendous at-bat. Hit a Baltimore chop high off the ground. Nishida took a look at the plate to see if he could go with Peck, but decided to just take the so-called easy out at first base, but Jones was hustling down the line.
There's still nobody out in this inning, too, as now the mindset shifts to scratch, claw, try to take the lead, try to tie this game. So now with the runner on first base with nobody out, try to get some insurance. What a twist. This game has been flipped on its ear time and time again tonight, and it's what team is going to make the big play last that's going to win it, and right now the Braves have made the last best play.
Eric Beatty will make a call to the pen. A left-hander coming in as the night is done for Langerberg. After going an inning, trying to get through the ninth, does not record it out here in the final frame, allowing 3 runs on the 2-run triple from Peck and the RBI infield single from Carson Jones. The Braves not done yet. Still nobody out. Top of the lineup due up against the Southpaw when we return.
The Bourne Braves will be holding youth clinics this summer. They're for boys and girls ages 5 to 12, plus we'll offer 1 week of clinics for ages 12 to 15. For more information, visit the 50/50 table near the concession stand or visit our website at bournebraves.org.
Win or lose, there's always a Brave that sticks out on the field. Head over to our YouTube channel by searching the Bourne Braves, or head to @BourneBraves on Twitter and catch the post-game interview every night with a player of the game on game night with me, Ethan Frank. And as always, you have a say on who gets to chat with me. Tweet at us @BourneBraves and use the hashtag Player of the Game to submit your pick for the POG.
The stars of the Bourne Braves can't perform well with an empty stomach, and neither can the best fans in the Cape Cod League. Hungry at Doran Park? Visit our concession stand down the third base line, serving your favorite ballpark classics, including hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cold drinks, and more. The concession stand at Doran Park is the place to go, because the only thing better than watching the Braves live is watching the Braves live with a hot dog in your hand.
What's better than a summer night? A summer night with the Bourne Braves.
Top of the ninth inning, welcome back. 10-9, Braves your score. And my goodness, what a ball game we have. 3 runs in, tied up on the 2-run triple from Peck, and then the RBI infield single off the bat of Carson Jones. It's going to be Bryce Zeblin to keep this inning going here for the Braves, as Jones represents some much-needed insurance for the Bravos as they look to slam the door in the bottom of the ninth inning. We have a new pitcher on the mound, going to be the left-hander Connor O'Halloran out of Michigan. A sophomore this year will face the lefty in Ebland and has Matt Shaw on deck. And again, nobody out still. Carson Jones, with good speed over there at first base, is ready to get going. So Ebland digs back into the left-hander's batter's box. A quick move to first base. Getting in safely, standing up is Jones. Inning started with the single to Malone. Roccaforte reached via the E6 from the shortstop at Patelli. As Eblin shows bunt, pulls back, takes upstairs for ball 1. And that E6 from Patelli. At least could have been one out, if not a double play. But instead kept the inning going. Nobody out, and Peck came up.
This is a really gutsy performance, as now O'Halloran likes to keep this game right where it is. But he's struggled, an ERA of 9 so far this season for Hyannis in 3 appearances.
1-0 is a fastball taken upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The Braves have seen almost every arm angle you could imagine tonight, from both sides as well. Eblin's had a good evening so far. 2 singles, walked and was hit by a pitch in the 7th, has reached in 4 of his 5 plate appearances. Eblin now calls time, readjusts his base running oven mitt in his back pocket, now steps back in. Jones takes his lead from first. 10-9 Braves your score after pushing across 3 here in the top of the 9th. Eblin shows bunt, the 2-0, taken down low. Runner goes to run to second base from Ruiz. Is not in time. A little bit of an early slide from Jones at second right there, who got caught in the dirt. Was able to apply his right hand to the pillow just in time for a big stolen base. He's in scoring position here with nobody out.
Went first move that time, and O'Halloran lifting that big leg up, not throwing to first, going to home plate. So Jones had that base stolen. Play was probably closer than it should have been at second with, like you mentioned, his long slide, but he's in there, and now he's in scoring position. Interested to see if the bunt is still on, trying to move him to third as the Braves try to buy a share of insurance here on the top of the 9th.
Third baseman and Jeb in front of the bag at a 45-degree angle, ready for a bunt or a steal. Eblin chokes up on his bat, ahead 2-1. Pitch on the way is swung on and popped foul straight back. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now about the night Bryce Eblin has had. At the top of the Braves order, for the first time since opening night, he's been on base 4 times, and he's been on base every at-bat since he grounded out to start this game.
Would not be surprised if he gets more opportunities at the top of this Braves lineup. Steps back into the box. Slightly open stance, lefty on left. Jones shuffling back and forth at second. 2-2 is in the dirt. What a stop by the catcher, Ruiz. Heading for third is Jones. He flies in like Superman as he belly flops into the third base bag. Again, the catcher and Ruiz didn't even make a throw. What a block, though, right there. A pitch that was spiked about halfway towards the plate. Took it off the mask, and then it rolled about 6-7 feet in front of him. A good dirt ball read by Jones, who got into third base with ease. So the count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes here with nobody out. The Harbor Hawks will once again draw their infield in. Left fielder and Pepe shading Eblin well towards left center. A lot of room down that left field line. Jones takes his lead from third base now. Here's the 3-2. Fastball taken down and away for ball 4. Another walk drawn by this Braves offense. That is now the 5th time in 6 plate appearances tonight that Bryce Eblin has reached. Sets up a first and third spot with nobody out for guess who, Matt Shaw.
Nobody out in this inning. This frame has been going on for a long time. The Braves already with 3 runners home and still nobody out. They can buy all sorts of insurance. And here's Matt Shaw, who's 2 for 5 with 3 punch-outs. So it's either a base hit or a ball not put in play. Obviously looking for the former rather than the latter there, as he keeps trying to keep this line moving. Get the inning to Brito and Moylan with runners still in scoring position.
Middle infielders playing about halfway, corners in. First pitch is down and in. Nice catch by the catcher Ruiz to keep that one in front of him. Almost caught it behind him, ranging towards his left.
A reminder, the Braves offense are doing this without Evan Slight.
A huge piece of their lineup over the last couple of nights, hitting over 500 over the last week. Not in the lineup tonight, and the Braves still have been able to put up 10 runs for the second time this week. 1-0. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second base. Eblin now caught in a rundown. Dancing off of third base is Jones. Nishida's throw to the plate is high and wide. Not caught by the catcher Ruiz. Sliding in safely is Malone. Eblin rounding second. He's heading for third. O'Haron's throw. Tag applied by Jebs. Not in time. The Braves flashing lightning on the base paths here in this 9th inning, as they pull off some first and third trickery, execute what this Harbor Hawks base running team tried to execute earlier in the game, and they do it to perfection. Run scores 11-9 your score. Eblin advances all the way to third on the play.
Nishida's had a tough night at second base, and he got caught in a tough situation. Eblin got caught in a pickle. He had a terrible jump stealing. I don't know if that was by design to get into a pickle or not, but once Jones put his head down and decided he was going home, he went full stop. It needed a perfect throw by Nishida to throw him out. It wasn't there. It was high, trickled all the way to the backstop right in front of us. Eblin with no hesitation going first to third on the play, so he's now 90 feet away. The Braves continuing to tack on runs here in the ninth has opened up the lead to 2 with a chance to make it 3 or more, still with your best hitter at home plate.
Fly ball does the job for Shaw, who's driven in 12 runs, tied with Brito for the team lead in that category. Infield now drawn all the way in. 2-1 is in the dirt. Another nice stop by the catcher, Ruiz, who's been a stalwart behind the dish tonight. 3-1 the count. Shaw stares at the barrel of his bat as he steps back into the box right here. Eblin with great speed at third base takes his lead. Hitters count for Shaw right here with Brito on deck. O'Halloran leans it for this sign, asks for it again from his catcher Ruiz as he gets what he wants now and comes set. 3-1. Fastball taken upstairs. 3-1 the count. Initially thought it was 3-1 on that pitch right there. Apologies for that miscommunication. So the count now 3-1. A hitter's count for Shaw here. He digs back in. O'Halloran's pitch on the way. Swing and a foul straight back. Shaw took a really good rip. Count runs full at 3-2. After Brito, who's on deck, it'll be Moylan and Hensler, already 5 men to the plate in this inning. Started with the single from Malone and E6 that allowed Roccaforte to reach, the triple from Peck, single from Jones, and the walk to Eblin. 3-2 again is swung on a fly deep down the right field line. It will slice foul for another long strike 2. Shaw gave that one a ride toward the other way, but just a little bit late. So he continues to battle here, both his single and his double the other way as well. That double down the right field line back in the 5th started off that lengthy 5th inning where the Braves pushed across 5. 3-2 again, swinging a pop at first base side out of play. Count will hold at 3-2. So now you turn your attention to the bottom of the 9th inning if you're the Harbor Hawks, where they'll send up 4, 5, and 6 in their lineup. McConnell, Patelli, and Ruiz down by 2. But that could quickly increase if Shaw can pick up a big run here. 3-2 again. Fastball taken upstairs for ball 4. Back-to-back walks allowed by the Harbor Hawks here in this 9th inning. First and third, still nobody out, as that sends up Chris Brito to the plate.
And if you think the Braves are done wreaking havoc on the bases, you haven't watched a Braves game this season. You got your leader in stolen bases on first base in Matt Shaw, already pulling off a nifty running play in this inning. So I think it's a matter of time before Shaw is off and running from first base, trying to avoid the double play with Brito and Moylan, both candidates to hit into twin killings, coming to the plate. There's nobody warming in the Hyannis bullpen. This is O'Halloran's 9th inning.
Ruiz steps out in front of the plate, goes through some first and third signs, lefty on right. Runner goes, Brito shows bunt, pulls back, throw down a second from Ruiz. Not picked cleanly by Nishida, gets into center field. Eblin will score. Getting up from second and getting into third. Standing up is Shaw. The ball now gets away. He's racing to the plate. Picking it up is Alhara, and he'll just put it in his pocket as Shaw scores. It just continues for the Braves here in the 9th inning. They have pushed across 6 runs now. They lead it 13-9. That's the second time in this frame the Braves have pulled off a first and third steal attempt and have been able to advance multiple bags thanks to a couple of miscues defensively from the Harbor Hawks.
Hyannis coming into this game tonight, 15 errors in 24 games. The defensive wheels has fallen off, and that is an understatement for the Hawks here in the 9th.
1-0 to Brito, popped up first base side and foul. Count evens up at 1-1.
And we've been playing this 9th inning for, I don't even know how long. There's nobody out. 30 minutes? Close to that? I don't know. There's nobody gone.
Next pitch, up and away ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. And Nishida, you mentioned it earlier, having a really tough 9th inning here, was inserted into the game of the 8th. It's a defensive replacement as the next pitch is a big rip and a miss from Brito on a fastball at the top of the zone. Count moves even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was a tough throw for Nishida to pick right there. Tried to pick it on an in-between hop. Hopped off his wrist into center field. So the 2-2 is buried in the dirt. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Then the throw from the center fielder in McConnell was up the left field line, got away from Jeb, the third baseman, which allowed Shaw to score essentially all the way from first base. 3-2. Fastball taken upstairs for ball 4. 3 consecutive walks surrendered by the Harbor Hawks here. So that'll send up the 8th man to the plate in this inning, and Josh Moylan. And again, still nobody out. The Harbor Hawks really laboring in this inning. Remember, entered it leading by 2, now trail by 4.
Braves have sent 7 runners to the plate in the 9th. All 7 have reached. 6 have scored. Now, you're not going to get the base running effects you got from the top of the Braves order with Chris Brito over at first. But still, a man on.
First pitch to Moylan is swung on and fouled straight back. 0-1 the count.
And wouldn't it be a cherry on top to the night if Josh Moylan, who's still 0 does have an RBI on a sac fly and a walk, can get into one here? That would just be the hot fudge to my Sunday.
Let's see if he could give it to you right here. Lefty on left. He's left the yard already twice this season as the next pitch clips the outside corner with a heater. 0-2 the count. I mean, after this win, you got to imagine it would be fitting to go out for an ice cream sundae if you're a Braves player.
Hey, this
right
game
now.
is not over yet. Hyannis had a 6-run inning already in this game in the 3rd. So the
No
Hawks
doubt
are
about
stingy. That's why the Braves should continue to keep getting some runs.
0-2, swing and a miss on a sweeping slider down and out of the zone. Moylan goes after it for strike 3. That is out number 1 after the Braves sent 7 batters to the plate, as that sends up wide Hensler. So, assuming Hensler doesn't ground into a double play, the Braves would then send up Brennan Malone, who started off the inning, and would have batted around for the 2nd time in this ballgame. In fact, it would be the 3rd time either lineup has batted around in this game so far. Offense has been aplenty. First pitch is swung on a miss. Late hack on a fastball belt tie. Hensler falls behind at 0-1. Hensler picked up an RBI single back in the 5th inning, a hard top-spinning ground ball through the 6-hole. Part of that 5-run 5th. 0-1. Taken down low, ball 1. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Hensler's now picked up hits in 5 of his last 7 games. As he digs back into the box. Brito takes his lead from first after the walk. Next pitch is swung on and fouled off the glove of the catcher Ruiz as it ricochets towards the backstop. Count moves to 1-2. So with that Brito walk, he has now walked 3 times tonight. Of course, we've mentioned it day in and day out. The guy loves to take a ball 4.
That's Mr. Take Yo Base right there.
Gotta imagine he's back at the top of the leaderboards after that. So the 1-2 is cued foul. Breaking ball. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hensler would love to keep this going. 4-run lead for the Braves. They scored 5 in the 5th, now 6th here in the 9th. The 2nd time this week they've scored 12 or more. So the next pitch runs inside and hits Hensler on the elbow. The 6th time he's been hit by a pitch this summer as he takes first base, 1st and 2nd with 1 down.
And every one of them looks like it hurts more, and every one of them he plays off better.
He's got
you
some
can't
sort
hurt this guy.
Got some sort of magnet in there. I mean, I got to assume it's that pitchers want to attack him inside and just continue to miss. And it stresses the other point I made earlier, another hit by pitch when a pitcher was ahead with 2 strikes. First pitch to Malone is a fastball up and away, ball 1. 1-0. Eblin make that Malone. Single to open up this inning in the 9th inning. Hard line drive to left. And then came around to score on that dramatic 2-run triple from Peck to tie the game. 1-0. Fastball clips the knees, outside edge. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. If the Braves could get Malone going, that would be huge for this lineup. Now his 2 hits tonight, has reached base 3 times. Also a walk that came back in the 7th. Brito at 2nd, Hensler at 1st. The 1-1 is a fastball up and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. First pitch was just at about 6 o'clock. We currently sit at 9:29. So just about 3.5 hours in this one. One of the lengthier games the Braves have played this summer. 2-1 is flown to the air, shallow down the right field line. It'll fly out of play. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this is a familiar setting for this Harbor Hawks team who lost 12-10 to Wareham just a day after the 1-1 tie. That was Thursday. So the next pitch misses down low, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
How about the Braves offense, though? Getting going, right? How long did we wait for this Braves offense to start to put up some runs? 12 in Katuitt on Thursday, 13 tonight?
29 over the last 3 nights as the next pitch is taken upstairs for ball 4. That is the 4th walk of the inning. As that sets up another bases-loaded spot for Carson Roccaforte. But before we can get there, we'll maybe seeing a pitching change.
They're going to go to a position player.
And that's what it looks
Matulia?
like right here. As Matulia comes in from center field, takes a new glove. As he takes the ball from O'Harrell, and he climbs the rubber here. So we'll see if he even gets any warm-up pitches. Again, Hyannis at this point just trying not to burn any arms, maybe running low on it as well. We mentioned a couple of explosive offensive performances against them the last couple of nights. Have forced them to use a lot of their arms. Not to mention, Jake Berry only lasted 4 innings, and they've used 6 guys so far tonight. So the bases will be loaded with 1 down, and Matulia will throw some warm-up pitches as he gets ready to go to make his Cape Cod pitching debut. Due up will be Carson Roccaforte with the bases loaded and 1 down. 13-9 Braves your score. We'll be back after this quick break.
Want to look like a Bravo? Well, there is one place where you can find the official gear of the Bourne Braves, and that is at the Bourne Braves Pro Shop. Open during every home game and located on the ground level of the press box, you can find Braves hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more, all in just one place. Wear the same gear as the players and rep the Braves wherever you go. Visit the Braves Pro Shop today and let the rest of the Cape know you're repping the Bravos.
Make sure to follow the Braves on Twitter at Bourne Braves for all of your favorite Bravos content. From in-game score updates to player interviews and so much more, the Braves on Twitter is the place to go for the most up-to-date information on the Bravos. Make sure to follow us today at Bourne Braves.
Live baseball every night. It's another summer on Cape Cod.
Philip Matulia finishing off his warm-up tosses here as the Braves lead it 13-9 here in the top of the 9th inning. And my goodness, where do we start in this frame? 1, the Braves have sent 10 batters to the plate already, just 1 out. They have the bases loaded. Entered this inning trailing 9-7. And it was just base running galore. A John Peck 2-run triple to tie things up. And all of a sudden, they have a 4-run lead here and counting.
Yeah, how about the guts of this team? Even last night, down by 6-2 in the 9th inning, pushed 2 runs across home plate, got the tying run to home plate. They just don't quit, and this is a really good group, a really good core to push forward with as you make the stretch into the last quarter of the season and into the postseason. They do not give up. Down by 2 runs coming into this 9th inning, going to be up by at least 4 heading into the bottom of the inning. But still, a lot of meat left on the bone here for Carson Roccaforte with the bases loaded and 1 gone.
Malone at first, Hensler at second, Brito at third. First pitch to Roccaforte is swung on and popped up the chute again. Third baseman in Jep will backpedal towards his right. He makes the catch for out number 2. Infield fly and play either way. So 2 down now. Matulia retires the first batter he faces on just 1 pitch as that sends up John Peck to the plate, who gets another round here in the top of the 9th inning after blasting a ball that hopped off the wall and tied the game at 9. And at that point, the Braves are just hoping they could scratch across 1 or 2 more, but scratched across 6 in this frame, looking for more to make that bottom of the 9th that much more comfortable. First pitch is swung on a tap foul straight back, 0-1 the count. So Peck now has picked up 3 hits. He's 3 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. Came into tonight with 2 ribbies. Again, his triple yesterday snapped an 0 for 13 skid. Since then, 4 for 5. 2 triples as well as the 2-1 is lined softly down the right field line. This one's trouble. This one will hop fair as it rolls towards the right field corner. Brito will score right behind him. Hensler right on his heels is going to be Roccaforte. He slides in safely. That's a 3-run double for John Peck. He continues to flash the scoreboard tonight. The Braves have broken it wide open. It's 16-9 here in the top of the 9th inning. 9 runs in this frame. 5 RBIs in this inning for Peck as he brings in Malone, Hensler, and Brito around the score.
A 5 RBI inning. You kind of brushed over that. 5 RBIs in this inning. A triple, not a triple, but a double with an error to move to third. And a double.
First pitch on the way to Carson Jones is a fastball in the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count.
The Braves trailed this game at 1.7-1. They're up by a touchdown.
It's Carson Jones. Blast this one out to deep right field. Going back, Shanuel. He could just watch this one fly over the scoreboard in right field for the 17th and 18th runs of the night for the Braves as they continue to pour it on. Carson Jones, how about that for a greeting to the Braves fans? 18-9, your score. His second and third RBIs of the inning. And my goodness, the Braves making up for a stretch of a couple of weeks where they were struggling mightily to drive in runs. And they've driven them all in tonight. 11 runs in this inning. And they're not done yet. Here's Bryce Eblin for the second time. First pitch, fastball upstairs, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes.
I got nothing to say. I'm out of words for the night. I got nothing to say. Two doubles, 5 RBIs by Peck in the inning. Jones sits on the bench for 8 innings. Comes in. A single came around to score, an RBI single. And a absolute blast over the scoreboard into the night in right field. What is going on? 11 runs in the 9th.
Eblin, the 14th batter to come to the plate in the inning as well. 1-1 is a fastball up and away ball 2, 2-1.
The Braves trailed this game 7-1. Since they trailed 7-1, they have outscored Hyannis 17-2.
Unbelievable. It's the 2-1 is a fastball, top of the zone. Eblin went around, says the home plate umpire. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're going to have to go back and dig deep to see the last time the Braves have had 1 an 11-run inning. But 2, scoring just south of 20 runs. Might add half of those in the back third of the game. So the 2-2 is slashed straight back. Count stays at 2-2.
11 runs in the 9th. Let me remind you that in the 3 previous matchups against Hyannis, the Braves scored 1 run, 1 run, 1 run. 3 runs in 3 games. Tonight, a 6-time multiplier of that.
2-2 the count here with 2 down. Here's Matulia's pitch. It's a fastball upstairs, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. I think we got to have a season high in the Cape Cod League for the duration of a half inning as well. I don't remember when the first pitch of this frame was, but I can't imagine it was less than 20 minutes ago. So the next pitch is taken upstairs for ball 4, another walk.
You can go weird stat. We can be weird stat night for the night here. Bryce Eblin has reached base in 6 straight at-bats and has just 2 hits. He's reached base in 4 straight, 3 walks and a hit by pitch.
Unbelievable. That'll help out the on-base percentage. So here's Matt Shaw for the second time. He walked, stole a base, and scored on the E2 from the catcher in Ruiz. Matalia's first pitch is a fastball upstairs. Walks have been a struggle for Hyannis in this inning. They have now walked 5 batters in this frame. They also hit Hensler, so that's 6 free passes. 1-0. Top of the zone, count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Chris Brito on deck, then Josh Moylan if the inning extends that far. 18-9, Braves your score. The next pitch is a fastball upstairs, ball 2. 2-1. So for Shaw, this is his 7th plate appearance of the night. Has 2 hits, a single, and a double. Here's the 2-1. Smoked down the line, well foul. Caught a fastball out in front right there. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, my.
You could hear the first base dugout screaming on that one right there. Again, they want their star shortstop to get some launch angle out right here, just like Carson Jones displayed a couple pitches earlier. Feels like days.
He almost
the next
got
pitch is a
another one there,
fastball at
too.
the top of the zone, fouled straight back. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
There's going to be a lot of people that left this game when it was 7-1 Hyannis, and right now they still think the Harbor Hawks ran away and won this ball game. Little do they know, the Hawks are down by 9 in the 9th.
2-2. Breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 3. Matulia pumped off the mound as he walks towards the third base dugout, of course, with a big grin on his face as the Harbor Hawks' everyday center fielder is able to set down Shaw after 16 batters come to the plate. 11 runs come around to score in the top of the ninth inning, in which the Braves trailed 9-7. Guess what? They lead 18-9. Running to the bottom half of the ninth inning, Nigel Belgrave, probably the most comfortable lead in a ninth inning that he'll ever inherit, looking to slam the door when we come back.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you're away from Doran Park by visiting our website at bornbraves.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be kept up to date all year long with the Braves.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
A night at the ballpark is one of the best ways to spend a summer evening with the family. With free admission to Doran Park and every field on the Cape, you can bring along the entire crew to experience a free night of fun at the park. Catch the best collegiate summer baseball league with the whole family all summer long, with tickets starting and ending at $0. To find the full Braves schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org.
This is Nigel Belgrave, pitcher from the University of Maryland. This is Born Braves Baseball.
To the theme of Rocky, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks offense takes their swings in the on-deck circle, looking to climb Mount Everest after an 11-run top of the ninth inning. They trail 18-9. Remember, they led this game 9-7 entering the top of the ninth inning. Going to be a tough task, one trailing by 9. But guess what? Nigel Belgrave coming into the game looking to pick up the final 3 outs tonight.
Yeah, we were talking about this just for laughs. Braves go an 11 spot, and to close this game out, here's Nigel Belgrave, who's been one of the best relievers for the Braves this season. Scott Landers looking to leave little on the table here. Trying to beat Hyannis with an exclamation point for the first time this season.
Tomas Frick into the game for Alan Espinal, who was pinch hit for by Carson Jones, who guess what, got 2 at-bats in that ninth inning. An RBI infield single and a 2-run shot out towards deep right as well. Josh Moylan out of the game. Now Carson Roccaforte moves to right. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
Jones moves into left after pinch hitting, and they put Frick behind home plate for Alan Espinal, who is pinch hit 4.
So want to know the count here on Cole McConnell, who came in as a pinch hitter back a few innings ago. As this pitch is swung on and fisted softly to shallow center. Evan will watch this one fly over his head and dunk in for a base hit. So how about this? Here come the Harbor Hawks. The start they're looking for. A bloop single. Bottom of the ninth inning. Down to their final 3 outs. McConnell picks up his first hit of the evening. So again, Jones in center. Roccaforte in right. And Frick behind the plate. That'll send up Dominic Patelli to the dish here with nobody out and 1 on. Patelli made at the time what was a pivotal error, especially when you look back on it. Could have been a potential double play ball. It's the first pitch from Belgrave is a fastball in the outside corner. 0-1 the count. That was with nobody out. And Malone at first base, who drew single to left field, Then Roccaforte would hit a ground ball to Patelli's right, and he could not field it cleanly, which set up a first and second spot. So the next pitch is cut on a miss for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Peck would then follow up with the 2-run triple to tie the game. And then, too much to explain. After that, 15 batters in that inning, 11 runs. Belgrave from the stretch, first base side, fires his 0-2. Swinging a pop-up sky-high, third base side out of play. Count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. And Calvin, I'll let you speak for this. You were here last summer. Anything remotely close to this?
Last year's team had a lot of magic to them, but they didn't put up an 18 spot. I'll tell you that much. I think 18 is the most runs scored in a game around the league this year. We can fact check that. Mac Friday gives me the thumbs up. I wish I got that when I asked for a pretzel earlier.
Breaking ball backs up and misses up and away.
But 18 runs, the most scored in a game by any team on the Cape this summer.
1-2 the count here with nobody out. McConnell takes his lead. Next pitch is outside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, with a 9-run lead, McConnell not being held on over there at first base, so he could take second if he wants. Most runs was 16 by Brewster last week. Braves see that. Coming in this top of the ninth? No problem. 2-2. inside, goes to the backstop. McConnell heading for second, no one covering. So the count will run full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
McConnell could have took second base 8 pitches ago.
Not being held on over there at first. Likely could take third if he wanted to as well. Patelli digs back to the box here. Count is run full. Belgrave just looking to find the strike zone here, up by 9. Here's his 3-2. Swinging a hard ground ball right side. Edlund's got it played perfectly. Will pick it up and throw over to first base for out number 1. To third on the play moves McConnell, as the Harborhawks are now down to their final 2 outs. The Braves will pick things up tomorrow against the Katuitt Kettleers back at home at Doran Park. That is 6 o'clock first pitch. Of course, we will have the broadcast for you on our YouTube Live. 5:40 will be before the Bravos as well. And the Braves will be off on Monday, and then we'll travel to Falmouth and play the Commodores at 6 o'clock as well. Here's Pancho Ruiz, the catcher. First pitch, popped up first base side and foul. 0-1 the count.
And what a time to get the Kettleers, who are now scuffling a little bit. Losers again tonight. They've fallen to 14-7-4. The Braves, granted they hold on to a 9-run cushion here, are going to pick up 2 points on both Hyannis and Katuitt.
Assuming everything holds, they'd be 2 points of Hyannis. As the 0-1 is on the inside corner, strike 2, 0-2. And after the first half of the season, it seemed like 85-90% of the teams the Braves would face for the East. After their 2 games against the Commodores and the Kettleers on Tuesday, 3 of their next 4 will be versus the East. Then after that, 6 straight against the West, an opportunity to really take advantage of the division. His next pitch is outside, check swing, appeal to first base. Ruiz did not go around. 1-2 the count.
And now here's something. Here's some food for thought. Braves up by 9 here. On the season, they are -8.
So we could get the +1 run differential.
If you can keep the runner stranded on third
That's
base.
why Belgrave's in the
Flores.
game right here. Landers is trying to save the run differential. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the count here with 1 down, 18-9. Braves your score. Infield playing back here with their big lead. 1-2 is grounded softly to short, charging his shot, picks it up on the run, sets his feet, throws to first in time for out number 2. So McConnell will score on the play. So there goes the opportunity to finish in the positive run differential margin, but they can still finish at 0, which is quite an accomplishment nonetheless coming into tonight at -8. Either way, the Braves just looking for points. They'll get 2 tonight, assuming that Belgrave can retire 1 more batter here. Last hope for the Harborhawks is Rocco Pepe, the right fielder tonight. Belgrave fires his first pitch, backs up, misses inside with a breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Way back when Hunter Furtado started this game, the Braves fell to a 7-1 deficit after making a couple of defensive miscues themselves. This pitch is slashed on the ground to second. Eblin will field it on the candy hop, tosses over to first base. That is in time, and that'll do it here from McKeon Park as the Braves explode for 18 runs, 11 in the 9th after entering trailing 9-7. They pick up win number 10 on the year to move back above 500. And look at this. They beat the Hyannis Harborhawks for the first time this season in 4 tries. They'll get 2 more opportunities to try and finish above the 500 mark against them this year. So much to talk about in this one, Calvin. But 2 words. The offense, the 9th inning. John Peck, where do we start?
You were asking me to say 2 words, or you said 2 words and then rattled off 7?
That's the point. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, I think we really touched on a lot, and you can wrap this game up as much as you want, but it was just jaw-dropping offense in the 9th inning. The Braves drop 11 on the scoreboard in the 9th. 18 runs. Are you kidding? The offense is coming alive, and what a time to get Katuitt tomorrow. A team that's scuffling. You are red hot. The bats continue to start rolling, and this is a really good point in the season to flip the switch and go pedal to the metal as you make your way into the final quarter of the year.
Braves move to 10-9-6 on the year. They now have 26 points. They trail Katuitt by 6 points themselves. Meanwhile, Hyannis falls to 12-8-5. They now just hold a 2-point lead above these Braves as well. That'll do it for us here from McKeon Park. We thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We'll be right back at it tomorrow. Make sure to tune in at 5:40 for Before the Bravos as the Braves take on the Kettleers for the 4th time this year. Once again, 18-10, your final. For Ben Spector, Calvin Cristoforo, Ethan Frank, Mac Friday, I'm Max Tanzer. We thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We'll catch you tomorrow.